Yeah. I don't either.
Yeah.
When you it's
Oh,
either,
yeah, if you had no other choice.
When it's either that or a hamburger or a hot dog.
Yeah.
Sometimes you choose that. Yeah.
Einstein does salmon locks on their bagels.
I've never had salmon lox. Is that good?
I like it.
Do you?
I also
like
love
salmon.
Do you like lox?
No,
What
not
makes
really.
it lox?
That's fish,
I think it's
right?
I think it's smoked salmon.
Just smoked salmon?
Yeah, and then it's got like the capers and tomatoes.
Yeah, that's just not a breakfast flavor for me. When I think of breakfast,
You think there's any chance that the Stephen A. Clay Travis, one of the questions is a hot dog a sandwich?
Do you like salmon lox? I gotta say, Clay.
I can't wait to see this. I'm really going to watch this.
By the way, Hayes Fawcett reporting right now that Auburn commit Jace Matthews was named the #1 wide receiver in the updated Rivals rankings.
How about that?
Yeah.
Auburn getting stronger at receiver.
The #1 wide receiver in the country, according to Hayes Fawcett. That's been newly updated. All right, that's Trash Today, brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And the final hour always brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, where you don't have to worry about the locks. We're eating America's white meat, chicken. Well, you can go by there. And America's dark meat, too, chicken, depending on which part of the bird you're eating. How about that? You got white meat and dark meat, one bird, one location. Champy's Chicken. Sterling's down there, the great in-house made sides, the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales with just the right amount of heat, and all the in-house made desserts. But the chicken fingers get you going just right on a game day. Hand-cut, they're huge, and they're delicious. And don't forget the wings that are delicious, the po' boys and everything at Champy's Chicken, champyschicken.com. Final thought today comes from our SEC Power Ratings that we vote on up here, all of us. And then Brooks throws this out on social media at Next Round Live, And this is the look this week. Georgia's our new #1 team. I think I'm right about that, Brooks, right? LSU was #1. Now Georgia is the #1 team after you've seen Gunnar Stockton throw it around the yard. LSU is 2. Oklahoma 3, A&M 4. Alabama has surged back up to 5 on the show here. More on that in a second. Tennessee, Texas, Ole Miss. Auburn is 9. Missouri 10. Vandy 11. Florida 12. South Carolina, Arkansas, Mississippi State, Kentucky. Y'all's thoughts?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm just going to go back real quick and look.
Trying to see where you voted?
Yeah.
I had Georgia 2. I had Bama 4.
I had Georgia 1. I had Bama 4 as well. I put them in front of Oklahoma. I had A&M 3rd. When you go on the road and win at Notre Dame, that goes a long way for me.
I had them 6 just because I had Tennessee slightly in front of them.
Yeah, Tennessee was another one, even with a loss. Like Alabama and Tennessee with a loss. Alabama has just looked so much better since the loss. Tennessee looks so good in the loss.
We refuse to give Missouri any love.
None, Lance.
I had Missouri behind Ole Miss, just ahead of Florida. So, to your point.
I had Missouri at 8, right in front of, right behind Texas and right in front of Auburn.
I had them 9.
But I had Georgia 1. I had LSU 2. I had Tennessee 3 in the loss.
That's fine.
I moved them up in the loss. Texas A&M 4, Alabama 5, Texas 6, Oklahoma 7.
I think the big story is how far.
Damn, you got Oklahoma at 7?
Yep. Auburn 8.
How far we've dropped Texas is a big story.
Battle of 7 and 8 this weekend in my SEC Power Rankings in Norman. Vandy 9, Ole Miss 10 for me. Missouri 11. Good league, I think.
Oh, great league.
Great league.
Yeah.
All right, that's the show. Don't forget Unlocked's available for you. If you missed it yesterday live, you can get it recorded and audio and video platform right now. Unlocked with Brock Heward and Lance Taylor. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Yo, kinfolk, what's good, man? Let me holler at you for a minute. You know how life can be life. You're out there chasing that dollar. Every dollar is accounted for going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam! Out of nowhere, a car accident. All I had to do was hit up my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. You already know when that dude Alex pulls up the trial, he shuts down the litigation situation. Yo, go to Shannara.com. Hit him up at 659-777-7777.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation that legal services provided are better than any other provider.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown,
Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Some NFL conversation we'll get into a little bit later in the show. Some important injury news impacting some major games. We'll do our first bubble watch. It's a basketball term, but ESPN is dropping that. So we'll talk about some big games that are on the playoff bubble watch coming up. Bubble. It sounds like I'm saying Bubba. Bubble watch, which is something you can do at a local Walmart.
That'd be SEC games is the bubble watch. So we already got bubble watch games in week 4. I love it.
Well, I mean, once you start projecting the field, you notice some games that become very important for teams that project to be on the bubble. Of course, those teams could be very firmly in the tournament by the time we get to Selection Sunday. Brent, it's just like in March. It's just football.
Well, you just don't really have a feel. I go back the last couple of years. At this time, 2 years ago, I said Michigan was going to win the national championship. I said Ohio State was going to win it at this time last year. I have no idea.
I know. It does feel more wide open than ever.
I do think in the next 2 weeks, with some of the games coming up this weekend and next weekend, I think once we're out of September, I think we will have a much better feel.
Lance is calling for a Separation Saturday coming up then.
Hence the bubble watch. There, but we'll start with the best sound and the most important conversation in college football yesterday is from Dabo Swinney. Cut number 7, Tyler, is where we're going to start things off here. Dabo Swinney at a news conference yesterday.
All I could think about was him. When I saw this, all I could think about was Lance. In this moment of this show right now.
Is just so
this moment right now, it's all I can think about.
Unbearable is what I tweeted out. Unbearable.
Yeah, I agree with him 100%.
Yeah, unbearable.
Yeah, I agree with him 100%.
I know you do.
Yeah. Easiest words in college football, fire the guy. Who the hell are you going to get?
Well, no, I mean, who said fire him? I said he's got a lifetime contract there.
There are people.
He is the most sensitive guy. You cannot be this sensitive.
All the fans.
Exactly what I do. What happened.
All the.
Nobody said to fire
talk
this guy.
shows and everything.
Nobody
lost
ever.
The game has passed him by.
Okay, those are two different things.
Games passed him by.
He is way too old to be this sensitive, and he's way too powerful to be this sensitive.
You see it happen on everything you read. You see people questioning whether or not this guy can coach.
Maybe not can coach, but is he doing it to the level that he has established himself? That is a legitimate question.
That is. I mean, the fact of the matter is, and we can, if you want to roll this first, and then we can cut him up.
I want to hear it.
The fact of the matter is, he's the third highest paid coach in college football. The other guys in front of him are the last 2 active guys to win national championships. And the expectation when you make $11.2 million in the easiest Power 4 conference is to continue to compete for championships.
And he has set his own standard, which he no longer lives up to. And in not living up to it, he has openly discussed how he's not going to embrace the way college football is changing. And he doesn't live up to the standard that he has set, to be fair. He has set that standard, and he no longer lives up to it as far as a level of success. And at the same time has said, look, I know everybody else in college football is doing it. I'm going to do it a different way.
Okay, did they win the easiest league? You say it's the easiest Power 4. They won that league last year, right?
They did, 100%.
Brand, were they in the playoffs last year?
Mm-hmm. They were in a 12-team playoff.
How many teams were not in the playoffs last year?
Not the standard he has set. Yeah. That's your argument is, no, he's living up to his standard. That's not the standard.
No, but it was a playoff team last year.
I don't think what I get sick of is it's like, us against the world, us against the world. He's getting elite money, and the expectation is at Clemson, fair or not, is to win championships. And the fact of the matter is you're 1-2, and you have lost to 2 teams you should have beaten.
And
two teams that you were favored over.
He had set the standard of being a national championship contender, which he hasn't been in quite a while.
Did anybody ask him a question that upset him this bad?
Yeah, there's a question in here that I haven't heard the question.
I have not heard the question. It's not in there.
You guys will give me.
Did you hear the question? Give me Forrester's microphone. Do you remember what the question was? Dabo, how's your Tuesday going?
I don't recall right off.
Yeah. All right.
God, this isn't Congress. You could just say you didn't hear it. I don't recall.
Congressman, as you'll remember.
Is Brooks your attorney?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Did Brooks lean over to you, whisper, and you take a long drink of your water here. Make them wait. Keep the camera on you for a second. Long drink of water. Now say I don't recall.
The Roy bus was obnoxious when they were winning championships, and I think if you're a Clemson fan, you can stomach that.
Night he did that, it was one of the great moments for them. They were the Roy bus that night. They were the underdogs. when he was saying all that, when he started all that, they were the underdog.
I think you're confusing the Roy bus with the BYOG. Bring your own guts.
Bring your own guts. That was another great night. But the Roy bus was the rest of us.
He had already won a championship.
But everybody was talking about Alabama or Ohio State.
He is way too old and way too powerful to be this sensitive.
He's very open about his age in the soundbite here. He's 55 years old, and if Clemson wants somebody else, and you don't know what's being said to him behind closed doors.
You
don't
think
know
Clemson people are saying stuff
you
to
don't,
him?
You don't think if the administration may have
there's no
may
way
have said something.
So Bama Banana in the chat says the question was, do you have one offensive play from the game do you wish you had back?
Yeah.
Was Bama Banana there?
That's what Bama Banana in the chat.
We got to get Dabo off social.
Yeah.
Got to.
I love them on I love their Friday nights on ESPN. Bama Banana. Is he one of the dancers for the Savannah Bananas? Or is that like Great Value Savannah Bananas?
The Bama Bananas.
We're Bama Bananas. All right, so here's Dabo Swinney's response. Maybe, I can't recall the question, but maybe that's it. I do not know the journalistic ethics of Bama Banana, but I'll take him at his word that that's the question. And here's Dabo Swinney explaining to everybody how he feels about the state of the program and how the swirling winds around Clemson being 1 and 2 is.
What's so bad about our program? What's so bad about it? Like, what's so bad about the worst season that we've had 14 years? How many programs in college football would sign up for one, and only once, 14 years of 9 wins? How many programs would sign up for that? And the playoffs, so we all talk about, we've been 7 times in 10 years. Who can say that? If we stink because we haven't played for the national championship since January of 20, well, I guess we stink. Or we haven't won it since January of 19. We haven't won the national championship. Well, then I guess we stink. But why are we held to a different standard from all these other teams out there who ain't ever won nothing? We're not perfect, and we may suck this year. We may lay a freaking egg and go 6-6, but I don't think so. And I know that's going to disappoint a lot of people, but I don't think so. I know it's bad because I get in all the text messages, I'm praying for you, everybody's sending me devotions, and you're going to get through this. And, that's when I know it's bad. That's how I feel it because I don't read it. I don't. I know people say that. I promise you I don't. When it's bad, I don't read nothing. This ain't the worst thing that's happened to me in my life, and it won't be. And it won't be for these players. It's a bad moment, because we take pride in what we do and we're competitive. But this ain't the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Is criticism and all that. And listen, I get it, and it's warranted because people care, and I love being at a program that people care and it matters. That doesn't bother me. I get all that. I spent 13 years at Alabama, so I had thick skin when I showed up here at Clemson. If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking, is that good? I don't know if that's good or not. To win your league 8 out of 10 years, to go to the playoffs 7 out of 10 years, to be in 4 national championships, win it twice. Yeah, we're a little down right now. Take your shots, but I got a long memory, in case y'all don't know. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. And, hey, listen, if Clemson's tired of winning, they can send me on my way, but I'm going to go somewhere else and coach. I ain't going to the beach. Hell, I'm 55. I got a long way to go. Y'all going to have to deal with me for a while. I got a long way to go. I'm just getting going. I'm just now good enough to be a head coach. I'm just now figuring it out. So we'll be around a while. Let's hang in there.
So condescending.
I don't know.
Oh, my God, Dunaway.
Are you ever condescending in a situation like that?
We all
I think we all
if you're being
can
pressed,
be.
if you're being pressed into a corner about your future, your performance, any of that, do you ever? I know I do.
Oh, I know.
I
do.
do.
If I got pushed and I wasn't doing the job I needed to be doing, then that's one thing. The bottom line is, why are we held to a higher standard? Because you're getting paid to that standard.
Well,
I think it's because he's won. That's why he's being held.
That's why he's being held to a
Yeah.
higher standard than other programs. That is the answer, because you have shown your ability to succeed at a higher standard than other programs. Clemson shouldn't be compared to to Toledo.
I'm going to look at these logos right here, right
Okay.
now. These are the 30 best logos in college football right now who are winning this year.
According to who? Is this just some
just
deal?
the AP poll?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the AP poll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what's your question here?
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
Miami. As Mario Cristobal, is he anywhere close to what Dabo is
No.
or has been?
No.
Okay. Ohio State, Ryan Day, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Kirby Smart, yes.
Yes.
James Franklin, Penn State, no.
No. But I mean, in the moment, it's a better program right now.
It's a better program, but James Franklin hasn't. Are you asking me,
they're both in the playoffs last year. Penn State went a little further.
Have
yes.
they been as successful as it? What's the question here?
Right now, Dabo Swinney is perceived to be a coach on the downslide.
Yes.
The game's passing by. He's 1-2 right now this year. Now, he hasn't played Villanova like James Franklin has. He's played LSU at home, and he's played a conference game on the road at Georgia Tech, who's pretty good.
Yeah, two games you were favored in.
So
and you
your
lost both of them.
question is, do these coaches have their program at a better trajectory than Dabo's? Is that your question? I don't want to sound like I'm at Congress.
Just
but
real quickly, Dabo wasn't favored as much as Kalen DeBoer, and we think he can coach.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But again, Dabo, from what we have seen from Dabo, and Kalen's going through a transition. I mean, that is fact. And I think it is much more difficult what Kalen is trying to do than what Dabo is doing.
Can you go through a transition even if you've been at a program a long time? Like Nick Saban was going through a transition near the end, right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Dabo is going through a
my
transition.
bigger problem is how upset he gets. Like he said, we're going to turn this around, and that's going to upset some people. Who's going to be upset?
Nobody.
People who are trying to paint Dabo that the end is here.
No, I think what
Nick
people are
Saban
saying.
got upset a lot behind the microphone, right? I mean, he would scream and rant and get upset about a lot of
But
things.
every year they were relevant. Every year.
And you don't think Clemson could rally? And
I think it's going to be really
because
difficult.
I think they can. Says Dabo.
I mean, they possibly can. I mean, they should. But, a follow-up would be, okay, you think everything's fine. Your offense is 15 of 17 in the ACC
I don't
right
think
now.
he thinks everything is fine. I think he knows that they have underachieved. They're 1-2.
No, he actually said that.
Yeah.
He did say that.
He doesn't
to
say
be
everything's
fair.
fine.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to ultimately, Garrett Riley is going to be the guy that is going to have the head on the spike.
Well, I mean, I think he's shown
that was his hire.
I think he's shown too much loyalty to Riley and probably Klubnik along the way here.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a tough spot there with Klubnik.
Well,
probably
I mean,
Klubnik is who I thought he was.
Yeah.
And Klubnik may be who he is because of Garrett Riley. I never know these things.
Well, the scary thing is Dabo's just learning to coach. I'd go back to how you didn't know how to coach.
Yeah, well, you won a
If
national
things were better.
championship when you didn't know how to
You
coach.
got circles running around you in the second half of that LSU game, and then you lost to Georgia Tech,
Yeah,
team that you have beaten 9 consecutive years.
That's him being self-deprecating. He's not. He doesn't believe. He's just learning how to coach.
He's not really self-deprecating.
No, that is 100% self-deprecating. When he said that was I have come off.
He doesn't believe that at all.
You don't believe stuff when you say it's self-deprecating. I'm just saying I think that was probably, I've gotten to the end of this soundbite, and I know I've probably sounded harsh, so I'm going to come back with a little humility. Hey, I'm just learning how to coach. I'm just now learning how
Guy
to do
will never
this.
be fired, should never be fired.
No.
Lifetime pass.
They're not going to fire
But
him.
the hokiness of him is just, it's out of this world.
Brian Kelly.
Program in a better trajectory?
You want hokey, Brian
No,
Kelly.
I'm not
hokey
saying
at
he's
times.
not.
You've loved him at times. LSU.
No, I think he's a great coach.
What's Brian Kelly won?
He hadn't won anything at LSU.
Nothing
yet.
at LSU.
He hasn't won anything yet. Dan Lanning.
Nothing.
Yeah,
yet.
Won the Big Ten last year.
No, there's only two coaches that make more than him, and both are, you can make the argument that Kirby's achieved more, and both of those programs are in a better spot than Clemson.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking program trajectory, though, I feel like we're moving the goalpost here, either career achievement or program trajectory. I don't know which one we're doing here.
Okay, but trajectory for Penn State, Oregon. You think it's better in Clemson right now?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
100% not close.
Every time we discuss things like this, what has Penn State won?
Nothing. But their program is in a better trajectory than Clemson right now.
Okay, so if they win 10, lose 2 again,
That's a disappointing
and
year.
they don't win a championship at any, whether the Big Ten or the national championship, it's just the same old
Here's what I
Clemson.
would say.
The same old Penn State.
Penn State is in a better position right now than the last time they won a national championship.
They were in the college football semifinals last year.
They were.
Penn State was. So it's and
I don't have any confidence they're going to do anything this year, but we'll see.
They haven't played anybody yet, but
2
here they
weeks.
are. Here they are, right back in the middle of it. Yeah. So I would say yes, that is on a better trajectory of Clemson, who lucked their way into the ACC championship, won that to get in the playoffs, and then got immediately eliminated. Yeah, that's a better trajectory.
And we start looking around the country. I mean, I mean, the best teams in the country right now. Bielema, no. Norvell, no. Venables, no. Whittingham's won a lot for Utah, but they've never won anything big nationally. Maybe they will this year.
But a lot of those,
I think Heupel's a really good coach at Tennessee, but we saw what happened when he got to the playoffs last year.
But a lot of those programs you're mentioning, to Dabo's point, he didn't seem to understand this. You judge Clemson in a different level as those programs. Like, I don't compare Clemson and Utah. Those aren't comparable programs.
Was there ever a year that Kirby Smart or Nick Saban would start 1-2 or Ryan Day?
I would say that
probably no.
That usually Georgia and Alabama teams were better than this Clemson team, but usually they didn't play the 3-game schedule to start off with that they just played.
I mean, Alabama always scheduled those games. Now, sometimes when they got there, the team wasn't as good, but playing the 3rd game of the season against what is a very, very average conference opponent.
And Georgia Tech, you're calling Georgia Tech right now.
They have
average.
been. I don't know.
Have been. We're talking this year, though. Do you think Georgia Tech's going to be good or not?
I think they're going to be 8-9 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like Clemson, 8-9
wins. Better than average.
Yeah.
I thought yesterday we said Georgia Tech was going to
they could.
maybe lose a game
yeah.
because they have nobody left on their schedule.
Yeah.
I thought yesterday we penciled Georgia Tech in the ACC championship game against the winner of Miami, Florida State.
No, I was talking about Cal might be in the ACC championship game.
That says a lot about the ACC championship
That's
game.
what I'm saying. Like, this guy's making $11.2 million. He should walk away with the ACC.
Yeah. I look at yes, if we're judging Dabo by what he did in the 2019 season, the last time they were in the playoffs and lost the national championship game, it's not where it was.
Is that not the way I should judge him, though?
I don't know. Should you? Every year it should be whether or not I'm in the national championship?
No, it's not every year.
Yeah.
You just said 2019.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. I mean, how else do I judge Dabo?
I don't know. There's only 2 teams every year that's in the national championship game. When's the last time Nick Saban was there?
But
he's
he does
the best
have
to ever do it.
He was the best to ever do it, and you would say at the end, Nick Saban, it wasn't the same for Nick Saban as it had been.
Yeah,
you would admit that, right?
He won it in 20, played in 21, wasn't there in 22, wasn't there in 23,
and then got in 24 with maybe the worst team he ever took to a playoff, but it was not the same with Nick Saban. You'll give me that.
23, 24 was DeBoer last year.
We did gunned ahead. The easiest path to get to a college football playoff is Clemson.
The ACC?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's better teams in the ACC than there are in the Big 12. Do you not?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
maybe at the very top.
You just said you thought that was the easiest path.
I do. Well, I'm just saying because
I think the Big 12 is less football than the top of the ACC.
I think the Big 12 has got so many like teams.
Yeah, I do. That is true. That is true.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is supposed to be the elite of the ACC, so the path should be much easier.
I'm just saying when a guy had the record Dabo has, that's how I'm going to judge him. I mean, if we're going to talk about, and I'm not saying he's going to be fired. I haven't heard anybody say he's going to be fired. I think Dabo took some of the crazies out there and reacted to that.
Oh, everybody does.
Well, I mean, but that's
what we do.
That's
what we
part
do
of
in 2025. Yeah.
Actually, part of a bigger problem is
Dabo said he doesn't read this stuff.
I can sit here and say, it's obviously fallen off a little bit. Well, if they want to fire me, fire me. Nobody's saying that, Dabo. Yeah. There's not one person out there with any sort of meaning behind their name saying you should be fired. Not one single person is saying Dabo should be fired that matters. If Johnny from Spartanburg, Tyler from Spartanburg says it, what does that matter? I mean, I don't even know if that guy really existed, but I'm just saying nobody that matters is saying this guy should be fired. Not one person, but people are saying it's not what it used to be.
What did we always say?
It's not what it used to be.
What did we always say about Nick Saban? What did he use the news conferences for?
To send a message to his players, which Dabo has tried that this year, and it clearly did not work.
Yeah. Or maybe he's doing it again right here.
Well,
but the
season's
not over.
First time he did it, it did not work. So we'll see if it does the second time.
How did he do it the first time? I missed that.
He took a shot at his quarterback and talked about how poor his quarterback had played and how much better he's got to play, how has Cade Klubnik played since then.
He's played the same.
Okay, so it didn't work the first time. So we'll see if it works the second time. I mean, they've got Syracuse, who, incidentally, who is the leading passer in the nation right now. Do you know?
No.
Steve Angeli.
Is he?
So I don't know what Syracuse is doing. They're not playing great teams right now, but I don't know what they're doing. But they've developed some sort of offensive system where guys heave it all over the field a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Syracuse right now, to your point, is averaging 30, almost 40 points a game, and Clemson's averaging 19 points a game. Now, look, Clemson's a massive favorite. There's no way they're going to lose this game.
And they played different schedules. When
They
we throw
have,
stats out
yes.
like that.
But-
Syracuse,
and I said that.
Syracuse, though, did play Tennessee.
They did play Tennessee, but they've also played UConn, and they played somebody else.
This can't help recruiting, though. Because I'm like, if my kid's going to go there and my kid's going through adversity, do I want him to act like a child that's getting paid $11 million?
I think that I think a lot of people go to Clemson to play for Dabo for different reasons than he recruits a different athlete, faith-based more than some, and they're dialed in. Now, can the people he's recruiting now, can they win championships? I don't know. I don't know if they can anymore. So we'll see.
I don't know. It's made it fascinating moving forward. I mean, look, we talked about their schedule does not get real until November.
I made a point earlier on social media before we do a couple sponsors here is that you can get into a cycle pretty quick if if a coach gets unhappy and you either force him out, fire him, make it to where he wants to leave, ask him to retire, if you don't have the guy set up. I think it becomes sexy to fire a coach because you hope you get Nick Saban. When Alabama fired Mike Shula, they got Nick Saban.
What job are we talking about right now?
Any job. When you get rid of a coach, I mean, you're hoping you get, like Alabama did.
You better have a plan. So, in other words, if you're Virginia Tech, even though you're not shopping from the same aisle as a lot of places, when they fired Brent Pry, they better have a plan. Like, here's what we're going after.
Chances are good they did not.
Probably not. They
same
probably
with UCLA. They did not.
They probably caved to the public opinion very quickly to get the Wolves
But
away
when
from
Georgia
the door.
got rid of Mark Richt, or he retired or moved on or whatever.
Well, they knew they wanted Kirby.
They knew what they wanted.
100%.
They knew who they were going to go
But they
get.
knew they were going to get it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
right.
sure they already had an agreement. I'll take the job.
If the time comes and Clemson parts ways with Dabo, or Dabo parts ways with Clemson if he just wants a fresh start or whatever, Clemson better have a plan, or they can very easily go back to, in that league, they can go back to not being Miami or Florida State. They can end up following where Virginia Tech is right now.
If you make a bad hire,
It goes really, really quick, and you can get on a bad cycle. Dabo Swinney yesterday, 1-2 right now. One loss of that in the ACC. Automatic bid still out there. Probably going to be a 2-bid league, but one's guaranteed. Can they get there and salvage the season? We'll find out as the season progresses. The show being brought to you by a couple of great folks. Before Brownie tells us about MyBookie and maybe some betting lines this weekend, I'll tell you our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Greg from Pell City. Sunny, dry right now, but Greg will get on that roof to get the ultimate protector of your family, the roof over your head. And Greg will give you a free no-cost roof inspection today. 205-542-3531. Schedule it today, 205-542-3531. Go to the website, Storm Restoration Roofing, or Greg from Pell City there on Facebook. Roofing replacements, storm damage repair. He has it all for you right there, and he can help you with the insurance companies as well. We've all got homeowners insurance. There are deductibles. If the deductible or the cost of the repair gets too big, he's got some family-friendly financing available. But he has a long-standing relationship with so many of the local insurance inspectors that I guarantee you're getting the maximum value from our buddy Greg from Pell City from your insurance company. He'll get you the best possible deal. They work with him. They trust him. And he has a great relationship because he's been doing it over 20 years. It's family-owned. It's Storm Restoration Roofing. That phone number, 205-542-3531, or Greg from Pell City on Facebook.
All right, Clemson, a 17-point favorite at home against Syracuse. That is an early game. We'll see. That Syracuse offense having to travel to Clemson. They're a 17-point favorite. The Auburn Tigers still a 6.5-point underdog as they are playing at Oklahoma on Saturday. Just two of the many, many games you can play right there at mybookie.ag. Code next round. If you like the NFL side, it's right there as well. Buffalo, a 13-point favorite over the Miami Dolphins tomorrow night there in Buffalo for the Amazon Prime Thursday night game. Mybookie.ag. Code next round is the code you use when you sign up right there at mybookie.ag. You sign up, you use code next round, you get that $500 bet back bonus. Here's how that works. You make your bet, they cover it up to $500. If you lose, right back into your account right there, and you can play again if your first bet loses up to $500. That's the bet back bonus at mybookie.ag, and that is when you sign up and use code next round. mybookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. mybookie.ag, code next round.
Chip Brown coming up in the next segment to talk about Texas football and some other things. I can't believe we're doing this again after what happened last week, that we're doing this again. I'm going to read from college football, CFB Kings. CFB Kings on Instagram. It's a great follow. Brooks and I were talking about that earlier, about what a great follow it is. But we remember last week the voter that who was it?
I can't remember her name, but she had
USC
Florida.
reporter.
Yeah, she sent Florida up 2 spots.
Yeah,
Yeah. I went and looked at her ballot. Florida's out now. That law's not
good.
going on.
But Brianna Green has South Carolina ranked number 10 following their 31-7 loss to Vandy. She had them ranked number 11 last week.
So they lost their quarterback, got drilled, and she moved them up a spot.
So moved them up a spot.
Misogynist Lance is going to say, why are these women voting? This is a bad look, though. How did she not get the heads up?
That's why I bring it up. She does not even have Vanderbilt ranked.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow.
Koki, I don't know, boy or girl, Koki Riley, I at the end maybe. Koki Riley has 0-2 Notre Dame, still in the top 10.
That's more defendable than South Carolina, but still pretty indefensible.
Yeah.
She also has Alabama, or Koki, has Alabama ahead of Florida State right now.
I believe we're going to go with he on this one. Let me double check real quick.
Jamal St. Cyr, CYR, has 0-2 Notre Dame at number 16. Better than Riley, but still not a great ranking. Also has South Carolina ranked while Vanderbilt still unranked, and Clemson ranked while Georgia Tech is unranked.
Yeah,
these are real AP
so
voters.
Real quick for you guys have voted in this before. You don't get paid.
No. It's actually a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I'm actually friends with Jamal. I know Jamal.
You know Jamal?
Yeah? I can send him a message if you want.
Did I go close on the right name?
Jamal St. Cyr. Yeah, he used to go by Williams. I don't know why he changed it for professional reasons.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I like St. Cyr.
Is he on air, St. Cyr?
What's he do?
He is the sports director for a TV station in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
Jamal St. Cyr.
I don't know how much college football he's watching this year.
Yeah. I guess not much.
Did he miss the Clemson Georgia Tech game?
I don't know. I'll have to. He used to host a show with me in Chattanooga. So.
Oh wow. I will say this about Koki, and this goes back to something I said last week. Koki is a male, by the way, covers LSU.
These are good Southern football people.
I know for The Advocate and NOLA.com, again, it goes back to what I said. People that cover a specific team shouldn't be voting. Where was he Saturday night while Texas A&M was playing Notre Dame?
Yeah. Look,
he was doing his job. I mean, he was working and probably deep into the night.
My whole point is there's a lot of people that probably want to do this and want to take pride, and it's just not fair to the teams, the coaches, fan bases. People can say this doesn't mean anything, but it does. It's an influence when people look at these polls.
Yeah.
Mason Young has South Carolina number 15 and Vandy still unranked. And then Haley Sawyer was the girl last week. And
I bet hers is airtight.
According to CFP Kings. Actually did a really good job this week, according to CFP Kings.
I would have paid Herb Street to do mine if I was her.
I would just have copied. I mean, I think Herb Street or somebody puts theirs out.
Do it.
every Sunday, I'd have been like.
But you wonder how many people, now with this coming back out, and that's almost even too many to go through, how many people will tap out and say, you know what? I don't want to vote next year.
Yeah. A lot.
Crazy. All right. When we come back, we'll get to Chip Brown Show, being brought to you by a couple of great sponsors. One of them is our friends at CPAP Plus. Good night's sleep starts with Sleep Home Alabama.
Yeah, Sleep Home Alabama. That is the website from the O'Neill brothers. Make sure you go on there. Look, if you're having problems sleeping, you need to have that sleep study done. Nobody wants to deal with the lab. You don't want to deal with the insurance. Guess what? You don't have to with our friends at CPAP Plus. Alabama's best home sleep testing at CPAP. 5 locations throughout the state. Birmingham, Trustful, Pelham, Foley, Troy. But again, the $199 home sleep test you can get from our friends at CPAP Plus. Alabama's best home sleep testing at CPAP. No lab, just easy-to-wear fingertip devices, clinically validated that connect to your smartphone, complete with a physician's interpretation of your results. Again, for more information, online, very simple, sleephomealabama.com.
Hey, and if you're looking for a tailgate plan for high school or college football this weekend, or that catering at your house with the college football watch parties, Bojangles the place to go. You can get those hand-breaded chicken tenders with all the great sauces that go with them and make it a great party to watch your favorite teams this weekend at Bojangles. Also, go grab it for lunch or tomorrow morning for breakfast. That pork chop griller is back at Bojangles. You can make a bow time at breakfast, too. I know you've missed it. It has missed you, too, and it is back at your local Bojangles. The pork chop griller are those great chicken tenders for the football weekend. Always make it bow time. Chip Brown, what is wrong with Arch? Next.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness. When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
We roll on now. These guys in here discussing before we go to Chip Brown how tough a NFL coach is about powering through an injury on the sideline.
He tore his foot up.
More on that coming up in just a second. He's tough, man.
He's the best.
Before you guys know who we're talking
now
about.
you know.
Chip Brown standing by before we get to him. Urology Centers of Alabama don't power through any pain when it comes to going number one to the bathroom or anything. That's a red flag. But early detection so key to saving your life. They'll do that at Urology Centers of Alabama, 205-930-0920. UrologyCentersAlabama.com. For over 70 years, the best urological care in Alabama. 16 convenient locations, over 30 urologists standing by. State of the art, and they've been doing it for 7 decades. 205-930-0920. UrologyCentersAlabama.com.
All right, we started the show with Clemson burning. I mean, it's just smoldering rubble now. Everybody wants Dabo fired. My God, Austin's got to be that bad too. Chip Brown joins us from Austin, where I'm sure it's a 5-alarmer right now with the way Arch has started out. What is up, Chip? How are you?
What's going on, fellas?
Not a whole lot, buddy. So you tell us, what's the feel right now? I mean, I was told, I did not see this or hear this, told on social media there were actual boo birds out for part of the game. What's the feel for Texas fans right now?
Yeah, I mean, for Texas fans, it's panic over patience for a lot of reasons. They thought that this Texas team was going to be, a rolling ball of butcher knives, and they've come out against, San Jose State and UTEP and looked like they were never practicing. So, I say that. And the defense has been really good. The special teams are picking it up, but Arch Manning's had a really weird start to his season, to say the least. And I think it is all, in his head. I think he's, I'm sure he threw that first pass in the dirt against Ohio State and thought, uh-oh, what's going on here? And then he let it linger, and one play was affecting another. Then it seemed like he kind of got it going against San Jose State. 9 explosive pass plays, including an 83-yard touchdown pass. 3 of those were touchdowns. But then UTEP, he starts off 4 of 5 passing and then misses 10 passes in a row. And when he missed his 9th straight pass is when you heard the boo birds. But then he finishes the game 7 of 10 passing, connects with Ryan Wingo, who he's struggled to connect with, who's supposed to be wide receiver 1 for Texas this year. Instead, it's been his Arch Manning's roommate, Parker Livingston, who no one had in the bingo card as the leading receiver at this point. So it's been this weird situation, and he and Sarkisian met on Sunday in a private meeting, and it sounded like things may have been solved as much as they can be in a meeting. So this week they get Sam Houston. If he doesn't look good against Sam Houston, their defense is in the bottom of every major defensive category. So it's been a wild ride for 3 games, fellas.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Chip, one of the more uncomfortable things to watch as a sports fan was watching Chuck Knobloch and Rick Ankiel have the yips. And it's almost like there's a little bit of that right now with Arch. But isn't it Sark's job to be able to make him more comfortable? And I said this yesterday, there's probably 30-plus quarterbacks right now, active quarterbacks in the FBS, in Sark's system with that defense, with those resources, that skill, that could actually be elite. And it's baffling that Arch has been as bad as he has been.
Yeah, I mean, it is uncomfortable because, look, Arch Manning is a good kid, but listen, I remember being 19, 20, 21 years old. If a girl looked at me the wrong way, I would have a confidence crisis. This guy's got commercials out there running. He was the Heisman favorite through no fault of his own, coming into the season. His uncles, all this stuff. And David Cutcliffe told me at SEC Media Days, no quarterback in my lifetime has ever had this much pressure, glare, scrutiny, going into his first year as a full-time starter. And we're going to see how good his blinders are, how good his tunnel vision is, because he can't turn on the television right now or turn on the radio. I'm sure there are programs he likes to watch that he now cannot watch because they're talking about, his mental makeup and what's wrong with Arch Manning. And it's a lot. So yes, it is Steve Sarkisian's job to unravel this and get him comfortable and get him thinking the way that he should be thinking, because we've seen him play really well. I mean, last year, 26 of 31 against Mississippi State, 325 yards passing, 4 touchdown passes against UTSA like that, and a touchdown rushing, 67-yard touchdown run. We know he can do it. So now it's a matter of, okay, Steve Sarkisian, you're going to earn every one of those $10 million this year because this is your guy. This is what you've been waiting for. And the whole offense and the team's outcome this season is depending on it.
Game day deserves the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar because fan work is thirsty work. Our great friends at Coke Zero Sugar. I'll ask you, and I'm not being a smart butt here, but who's the backup quarterback? I mean, is there a chance that at some point, if he doesn't perform better, that we get QB2?
I mean, eventually, I guess. But right now, it's all about fixing Arch. The backup quarterback is Matthew Caldwell, who transferred from Troy, who is a fifth-year senior who started 6 games last year at Troy. And, Sark likes him. He's poised. He's been in the fire. He did play a little bit in this, game against UTEP, or against San Jose State, sorry. So, right now it's all about fixing Arch because they know that this guy, he's making plays with his legs. He's probably making too many plays with his legs right now. And Sarkisian talked about that, when you're starting to maybe second guess your throwing ability, you tend to run more, and that can be problematic because it's taking you out of the scheme of the offense. So, Sarkisian's the quarterback guy. He played quarterback. He went through some rough times early in his BYU career. He's going to have to, coach this guy up, and we know he can do it. So it's one of those situations where the longer he doesn't do it, the more the mental block, becomes problematic. So it doesn't help that he's missing his top 2 running backs, his, the leading receiver or the leader in the receiver room, DeAndre Moore. But, Sarkisian was planning on playing a bunch of young players through these 3, San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston games leading up to the opener at Florida on October 4th. And that's what everyone's waiting for. Arch, his problems started on the road at Ohio State. How much better is he going to be in a true road game against one of the better defensive lines in the SEC? And then Oklahoma, with another team with a really solid defensive line, solid defense, is right after Florida. So, it's got to happen pretty soon.
Chip Brown is with us at Chip Brown 247 if you would like to follow him there on social media. And I want to touch on this again because Steve Sarkisian bristled at this. When he was asked if there was an injury, Sark gave a really interesting answer about bathrooms. To all your reporting, all your digging, everything you heard from what Sark said, do you believe he's 100% healthy, Arch Manning?
I do believe he's healthy.
Okay.
I mean, and I've had sources very close to Arch Manning say he's not injured. He's just working through some things. So it is odd that he makes, kind of a wincing face, but he made that face in high school at times, which led to the Steve Sarkisian comment to the reporter who asked a fair question. I don't take pictures of you going to the bathroom, so I don't know what that looks like.
It was weird.
Very viral, odd answer to the question, but
yes, I'd say.
Yeah, this is a mental situation.
Has the name Quinn Ewers come up? And tell us how this whole thing went down. And the only reason I say this is I thought Quinn was a really good college quarterback. And I know Texas fans were like, they thought he was inconsistent for whatever reason. But Quinn, looking back in retrospect, was a much better quarterback at this point than Arch is. Was he told, hey, look, you can transfer out, but you're kicking rocks. You ain't coming back here?
I mean, I think for whatever reason, Quinn Ewers knew that was kind of the plan. I think he and Sarkisian talked about it ahead of time. that he would have his 30 starts in college, which the NFL likes for a quarterback, and that he would move on. Now, he could have taken NIL money and gone somewhere else. He wanted to preserve his legacy at Texas. And so I give Quinn Ewers a lot of credit. I was always a very big, supporter of Quinn Ewers because, how frustrating that he's got all these talents and he's had to fight through injuries pretty much his whole high school and college career, and played hurt a lot. And Steve Sarkisian was indebted to him because his transfer to Texas sort of ignited all the recruiting success that Texas has had. So, it's an odd predicament. I mean, you can't, this is like Greek mythology weird, to start the season. So we'll see how Steve Sarkisian and Arch Manning get this thing going. Everyone's going to look at Sam Houston and say, well, that's not a barometer. It's probably going to be October 4th in the swamp.
So, look, you break the hard news. I know you were the first to let us know that Jerry Jones had a facelift. What year was that when he got a little upset with you?
Oh, it was early 2000s, very early 2000s.
So, any truth to the rumor that Diego Pavia has a date with Tate McRae?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Have you guys heard this?
No, yeah. It was just with the other side of the Theo Vaughn. He came back and he tweeted and he said he didn't tell you the other half. He gets to go out with my mom if he's able to fix me up with Tate McRae.
He did not tell us that half. Yeah. That is true. Yes.
Yeah, my co-host Zay Collier, we call him TM Zay. I'm sure he'll be all over that today.
Is Diego Pavia a better quarterback right now than Arch Manning?
Yeah, right now. Yeah. I mean, look, there are times where you just want the blue collar guy, and Colt McCoy, 3-star. He was never supposed to play at Texas. The Ryan Perilou was the quarterback in that class. Mac Brown offered Mark Sanchez, Ryan Perilou, and Colt McCoy and said the first two to accept the scholarship are in. And Colt McCoy ends up with his name in the stadium. So, little 3-star, gritty, tough, smart guy. Arch just needs to get back to get his hard hat on and grab his lunch pail and get to work.
You watch more Texas than anything, obviously, with your job, but you watch all of college football. Do you feel like this, we were talking about this yesterday. I don't know. We never agreed on a number. I don't know that we stopped and counted, but I think you said you feel like 15 teams could win the national championship right now.
I don't know about 15, but 12? I mean, the most I've ever seen, maybe 12.
Yeah, do you feel the same way, Chip, from your vantage point, that it feels like nationally I can't really make anybody an outright favorite, and I just got a lot of people I feel like can win a national championship. Seems like more than normal this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, is this the year that we have a bunch of top-end 3-loss teams, or is it just going to be, Georgia, LSU, and, Penn State or Ohio State? I think it's too early to tell, but it does feel like it certainly feels like Texas has a lot of upside to get to. And look, the longer that Arch Manning struggles, the more that the confidence of the other players on offense start to get affected. So they got to get this thing fixed fast because, it can be contagious. Winning is a habit. Losing is a habit.
The show he mentioned is 2 to 4 Central Time. He and Zay, Lance is on there a lot. Texas Sports Unfiltered. You can find links right there on Chip's social media at ChipBrown247. Horns247.com is the Texas site he does all his work for. Chip, thank you very much for the time. It is always great talking football with you.
Hey, always enjoy it. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Take care. Chip Brown from Austin with us on the Alexander Shinora Trial Attorneys Hotline.
The show being brought to you by our friends at Odie's.
Odie's Tavern. Tonight we will be out there, the original location in Crestline. Odie's Team Trivia. We do it every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Get there a little early. Enjoy the great food from our friend Rodney Davis. Been doing it almost 4 decades now. The award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches like that Diablo sandwich, ice-cold beer buckets. Get in, see Will Haver. 2 great locations. The one we'll be at tonight in Crestline. Newest location in Edgewood. Birmingham Institution. It's Odie's Tavern.
And our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Listen, you may be battling to just jumpstart your weight loss. Leslie, her board-certified team, they have injection therapy that can help you a little bit. They've got the meal plans, meal replacements. I use these protein bars. I haven't even had my breakfast one yet. I need to jump on that to keep me from bad snacking throughout the day. I use them between meals and work weeks. I use them as breakfast as well. Helps me maintain that 176, 175 range I want to be at right now. A variety of ways she can help you right now. All you have to do is go to the website, aplanforme.com. Like if Brooks was there, his plan would be different than mine. If Tyler was there, his plan would be different than mine. No cookie cutter plan. Every plan is different. And here's the best part. No contracts, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free. The website, again, is aplanforme.com. It is Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. I'm going to throw these 5 teams out right now. Tell me which team, however you want to judge it, salvage their season, and they have a better season than the others.
Okay.
I'm giving you Notre Dame, Clemson, Texas, South Carolina, and Michigan. Rank those 1 to 5 on who will end up with the best season and the worst season of those 5.
Notre Dame.
I'll give them again.
Clemson.
Notre Dame, Clemson, Texas, South Carolina, and Michigan. However you want to judge it.
I'll make the argument for Notre Dame first, Lance. Number one, Notre Dame. This is hard to say when you're only 3 weeks in. I get it, but I think they've lost to 2 pretty good teams. One of those on the road, and the other one in heartbreaking fashion. It's not like they got run out of the stadium.
For those that may not know, Miami and Texas A&M.
And Notre Dame's schedule is going to relent after this. Now, I am telling you, and Klatt scoffed at it, and others will scoff at it, this road trip to Arkansas for Notre Dame is going to be really, really difficult. They are in for a fight next
Kick time
week.
kills them.
Yeah,
kills Arkansas or Notre Dame?
Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's so beneficial for Notre Dame.
Jalen Green is a 2-handful quarterback. Stopping that guy.
Oh, you're right.
With Bob Petrino's system is a 2-handful quarterback. But for the most part, of all those, without going game by game, I think Notre Dame's schedule relents the most. USC's an issue for them. I think at Arkansas is an issue for them. But they're about to start playing games like they're playing this weekend, where they're playing Purdue, who they're like a 27-point favorite over.
Yeah, I would go in this order. Are we going wins?
However you judge a successful season.
I would go Notre Dame, Michigan, South Carolina is going to have the least amount of wins, but this is South Carolina. And then Clemson and Texas. I got both Clemson and Texas at 8-4.
Wow.
Just because Texas's schedule is real deal. And then Clemson.
Texas's schedule is?
Well, I mean.
Compared to the rest of the SEC, it's relatively easy,
compared
right?
to those other 4 teams is what I'm saying. I mean, Texas has still got to go to Florida. You've got Red River. Oklahoma's a better team right now. That could change in a couple of weeks. You have got Vanderbilt coming to Austin. What's sad is that's more difficult than playing in Lexington or Starkville.
Which is true, though.
And schedule.
You've still got to go to Athens. You've still got Arkansas, which always seems to give Texas trouble for whatever reason. And then you've got A&M at the end of the year. The A&M team I just saw will outscore this Texas team right now.
Well, you could not pick out it's an SEC schedule, I know that, but you could not pick out an easier SEC schedule than they have.
In Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did last year.
I mean, right
remember
there.
That was Oklahoma's
But, I mean, at
complaint.
Florida, Oklahoma neutral site, at Georgia and A&M. I mean, that's still 4 really difficult
The way
games.
Arch has played, how many of those do you feel good about?
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you're
on there,
right.
you've got Vandy, Mississippi State, and Kentucky on that list.
Yeah, no, you're right
and
about
Arkansas.
that. They would have, but to your point, they would have been 0-3 right now if they would have played those teams. Now, look, again, the Arch might turn the corner.
He could.
And
their
he might
defense keeps them in every game.
There's no doubt about that.
Well,
I mean,
you
their
guys-
defense is not giving up more than 10 points.
So you guys are sold on Michigan being good still.
Based on their schedule, too. Like, if you go back and look at Michigan's schedule, they've only got like 3 losable games.
Really interesting game this Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think they survived the weekend?
I don't know. That is a hard game to get a
I
feel on
don't
because
think they
Nebraska-
survived the weekend, no.
Nebraska has, again, we're in week 4, so it's so hard judging on what these teams have played. Who has Nebraska beaten? I mean, they struggled a little bit with Cincinnati. How good is Cincinnati even? I don't think very. And then Nebraska has played nobody the last 2 weeks. Now, they've beat them like you should beat nobody. I always say that, like people just crumble up games against, UT Martin and throw them away. There's a way you should beat those teams, and Nebraska has done that.
Yeah, I think they're only going to be underdogs 2 more games, though. Their short favorite this week in Lincoln. Then they've got Wisconsin at home. They go to USC where they'll be an underdog. They've got Washington at home. They'll be favored there. They'll Michigan State, maybe around a pick. They'll be favored against Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland, and then they'll be a dog to Ohio State.
You know what?
I think they're 8-4, 9-3.
I'll take Nebraska. I think Nebraska will beat Michigan this week.
Yeah, I think so,
I'll
too.
answer your question. I'll take Nebraska.
Yeah.
I think they'll win. Why are you gripping? Why are you smirking? Why are you smirking?
When you say things like, I always say, I forget what you just said.
I always say when you play crappy teams,
you beat them the way you're supposed to beat them.
Well, there's a way you should beat a crappy team.
Yeah.
You can't just ignore those games either. Like Michigan has played. I mean, Nebraska's played two crappy teams.
I agree with the statement. You make it sound like you say that, but that's not the majority. Most people feel that way. That's a very popular saying.
No, I don't. I think people just like dismiss those games. I'm like, I think you can tell a lot from those games.
73-0
Right.
Bama over La Monroe.
That's the way you should beat La Monroe.
Let me ask you guys.
Like South Alabama, did Auburn beat them the way you know? They did not. That's an inferior opponent. Now, it's not in the same category as.
I agree 100% with what you're saying.
Yeah.
The fact that I always say is what I'm getting caught up on.
So South Carolina, because you included them as one of the 5 teams, sitting at 2-1 right now. Lenore Sellers. I mean, this is huge. Like, what really is?
Find out Wednesday night. If he doesn't practice Tuesday and Wednesday, Shane Beamer says we have a rule that if you don't practice Tuesday, Wednesday, you don't play on Saturday.
Well, I think you might change that rule if it's Lenore Sellers.
If it's Lenore Sellers,
I think he is a guy that can beat any of these opponents coming up. But, man, they got to go to Missouri, LSU, Oklahoma at home, Bama at home, at Ole Miss, at A&M and Clemson.
I think every player in that South Carolina locker room would say, Coach, we're cool.
I mean, that's a brutal schedule.
As I always say, you may have a rule on Tuesday and Wednesday that if you don't practice on Tuesday and Wednesday, you don't play on Saturday. Well, I have a rule that a pilot is always the one I want landing the plane unless we don't have a pilot. Then I will take anybody else who can land the plane.
That's right.
That's what I always say. It's brought to you by a couple of our great sponsors. Our viewing menu after Brownie tells us about Central State Bank.
That is the bank that is large enough to serve you and all of your needs, but they are small enough to know you, and they are built around relationships. It is a great community bank, and if you're looking for a bank that plays on your team, it is Central State Bank. Here's something that they do that I very much like. They take care of your kids as well and teach them some great financial habits early on. Smart grades deserve smart rewards. At Central State Bank, they help young achievers save for their future, 1A at a time. You open a young savers account with Central State Bank. When report cards roll in, just send it over. Your student could earn up to $10 for A's and B's.
All
so
right.
you're rewarding them for making good grades.
$10?
Yeah, I would have gone broke on this as a kid, but we expect our kids to do better than us, right? It's banking that celebrates hard work and builds lifelong habits. Family-owned, community-focused, Central State Bank, member FDIC.
It's like it's your grandparents at Central State Bank.
Here,
Here's $10 for that report card. I love that. I love that.
A lot of people got up this morning, and the first thing you had to do was put the contacts back in the eyes. Pain in the ass. I did it for a decade.
I wish I was able to have LASIK surgery because I'm on the golf course now, and they have to literally tell me 300 or no.
Does the rangefinder work? I guess it doesn't. I guess
200 yards down I just want to know where my ball went.
Well,
I hit a good shot, and I'm always is that a good shot?
No, I do the same thing. I have bad distance vision.
And both of you guys went to see Dr. Michelson, and the difference in Dr. Michelson and other doctors out there is they would have said, hey, I think we can do something for you. Dr. Michelson, so much integrity, told you guys it's not going to work for you.
Well, what they said was, we can fix that, but the trade-off is going to be your near vision. So which one do you value more? And I said, well, I'd rather have my near vision. And they're like, well, then we're not going to do the operation. Yeah. We want you to have the one you value more. And to your point, Lance, they didn't
struggle more with putting, right? And you wanted to make sure that
I didn't want to have to wear glasses to read on camera.
He wanted to be able to read that menu. That's all that matters to him.
That is
reading
important.
that menu.
It is important to
me.
me.
I will say, even with my 2015 vision, depending on how dark the restaurant is, I will go old man and pull out the
you will not.
the phone on the light.
The phone?
If I can't see it, what am I supposed to do? I don't give a shit. 205-969-8100. That is the number you need to call. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She is going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com. Do you guys never use the phone?
I've done it one time. No. One time. I did get made fun of. I'm like you. I don't care, but I've just never had to be in that situation.
Yeah. Our friend Poochie has them on his glasses. He has lights on his glasses.
You remember Poochie with those glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Like
a Chilean miner.
Yeah, they're right there, Tyler, and he just clicks, and he's got those glasses light up. It's hilarious.
I'm blessed that my wife is 10 years younger than me, and she'll occasionally just wear glasses or contacts. So I will either, if I'm not at a good enough restaurant where they have a special, and I will always go with a special if it's too dark and I can't read it or I don't have my glasses. So she'll read out 3 specials, the waitress or waiter will, and I'm like, oh, I'll take that second one. But if I'm at a lesser place that doesn't have specials, then I'll ask Maggie. I was like, so on that menu, what do you think I would like?
You order for me, sweetie.
Yeah. What do you think I would like? She goes, oh, you'd like this steak. Okay.
So you will not bust out the light.
I don't do the light. I will occasionally, if there's enough light.
Oh, I've seen you do this.
Yeah, where I will look like I'm sending a text, and I will be like, take a picture of the menu, and then
zoom in on it.
I look like I'm replying to a text, and I'm like,
I'll take the hamburger.
Oh, I see that Sean McVay tore his plantar fasciitis, whatever there, and it's on the menu there.
Yeah, I'll even take my phone with me to the kitchen in the middle of the night for my snack because I want to make sure I don't stub that toe.
Yeah. I will tell you, this is all great. If you can get it fixed from Michelson, this is all part of this. Do it with our friends at Michelson. I stopped at an inferior gas station yesterday, coming back from the golf course.
What made it inferior?
It's not my normal routine.
One of the ones with the bars on the window.
I have one or I didn't want to say it this way, but I have 1 or 2 I usually go to.
That's what we call character, Tyler.
Here on 280. But I had driven to the golf course I played at, our great friends at Bent Brook. And when I got there, it was I had 9 miles left of my tank because I had gone to Tuscaloosa over the weekend and not filled up. Was going to fill up going to Tuscaloosa, was running late. Was going to fill up coming back from Tuscaloosa, wanted to be back for the 2:30 kick because I pulled the Lance and left at halftime. And so I'm, I put off getting gas. So I go to the golf course and I'm like, I got to get gas when I leave here. So when I was leaving Bent Brook, I pulled in to get a gas station. Their screen after I inserted my car was so old.
Yeah,
I couldn't read it.
Yeah, and the sun it's probably been baked out by the sun too. Yeah,
I couldn't read the screen.
That's a problem.
So I took a picture with my phone just to say if it's time for me, do I need to pull my card out? Do I need to enter a code? What? And I couldn't even read it on my phone. So I hit cancel and I went to another gas station 4 miles down the road.
Inferior
that
gas
is inferior.
Station.
I'll give you credit. Yeah.
I can't stand it when the little latch doesn't work and
I
just
agree with
fills
you.
it up.
I look for a clean new gas station. That's big for me. Like if you get on an exit and there's a nice new one, I'm 100% stopping at that.
I know we have squeezed the viewing menu.
No, we haven't.
But Task episode 2, this Tom Pelfrey guy is going to be a star. He was in Ozark. He was Lauren Linney's younger brother in Ozark.
So good in that role.
He is now one of the main leads, and he's outshining Mark Ruffalo, which is tough to do, but he has been fantastic. Get on Task if you like gritty, you like crime. It is HBO's next gem.
From the makers of Mayor of Easttown.
Yep. Which was great.
Task started auto-playing on my Amazon Prime. And I thought, I remember this show. I need to sit down and watch it later.
It's very good.
Last night, as soon as I turned my TV on last night, I get the screen where I choose my apps, but it always recommends me something at the top of my screen. And that's been my recommendation since, I guess, Lance said
Are you going to watch it
this week. I don't know yet. It may be one of those I get to after football season. We'll see.
It's got a lot of family connection, and there's a young kid, Amber Alert, involved, and it's been fascinating through too.
Yeah, I started watching. I watch a lot of bad TV, so why I chose not to watch that, and I started watching Industry because it was, if you like Succession, this popped up, and I was like, oh, Industry, and I watched it. 3 episodes, horrible. But I watched all 3 of them.
Yeah, British, right?
It is British.
Yeah, I watched the first episode, and I tapped out.
Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah. It was horrible. But it was horrible. I was tired off the golf course, had a good shower. My belly was full.
You need to watch The Girlfriend. I'm telling you, I watched 1 episode, but it's right up your alley.
I was relaxed. I had a bourbon here. Maggie was at a retreat. Dogs were fed and walked.
Oh, what a moment right there.
And so I had no football on.
Yeah.
So I'm sipping bourbon. I watched the first one. I was like, that sucked. But you know what happens?
Let's see how much.
10 seconds later.
You didn't stop it.
Episode 2 is going. I'm like,
I'll give it a chance.
Oh, that sucks. I'm going to go to bed. Bing. Episode 3.
Yeah, you got to stop it quick or you get sucked in.
Yeah, you need Snowfall too, man. Scully's gotten really involved.
That's what we're watching, Tyler. Are you watching anything?
I am. Peacock has added a collection of movies that I've been meaning to go through. I've only seen the first one, but I've seen bits and pieces of the sequels, and that is Child's Play, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky.
They're all there, huh?
I've seen the first 2. I actually saw the first one at the theater when it came out in 1988.
I always liked the beginning of the first one, where the guy breaks into the toy store.
Charles Earl Ray.
Yeah, it's something like that. And he transfers his soul into the doll. That scene's really cool.
Just one of the best lines in cinema history. Cool. Don't F with the Chuck.
Yeah. Some people credit to Socrates. Some say it's a Native American story. Both could be true. But Maggie mentioned it in her sermon on Sunday. It was about two wolves inside of you. There's a good wolf and a bad wolf, and which wolf are you feeding? I feel like some of the stuff you watch is feeding the bad wolf. Child's Play, I mean, that's bad wolf. Try to feed the good wolf every now and then.
I switch it up.
It gives you perspective on both sides.
Yeah, I watch SpongeBob too.
Would you rather him have a purge, or would you rather him feed his bad wolf by watching, true crime and?
Oh, to actually go do the?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No, let's don't do that.
Feed the bad wolf.
Feed the bad.
But keep him on a leash.
I don't know. I like watching horror movies late at night.
Okay.
We've also got a really great heist movie on USA Network tonight at 7 p.m. It's The Town.
Oh,
it's always a good watch.
Yes.
It's just fantastic.
Great movie.
Yeah.
And then on
How do you like them apples? Park the car.
Same city.
Yeah, you're close.
Different movie.
Yeah.
On the ID Network, you've got a new documentary series that I didn't know about called The Real Murders of Elm Street. So it goes through different cold cases and crimes that happened on real-life Elm Streets.
Interesting. So not just A Nightmare on One Elm Street.
Yeah,
It's
not the one Elm Street with Freddy, but all the Elm Streets.
So I'm late to the party, but I came across the, and I guess it's Tom Segura who said that Garth Brooks is a serial killer.
Oh, such a weird thing. But
I
Tom Segura
saw
will
this
not leave it
one
alone.
guy going into all
I
of these
know.
tour dates, and I'm just like, my gosh.
I know. Tom Segura will not drop it, but it's such a weird deal.
What if it ended up being true?
Oh,
one
I
day?
know. Tom Segura's the only guy talking about it.
Yeah, but a great movie. I mean, you just take a country or a rock star artist, or and just
every town he goes to, somebody mysteriously dies.
Yeah, I mean, the closest we've had is Aaron Hernandez. I mean, he's technically a serial killer, right?
Yeah,
as far as a
that's true.
celebrity.
There were multiple. Yeah.
There's rumors that the identity behind Banksy, the graffiti artist, is actually this sort of electronic musician. And if you look at his tour dates along with when Banksy murals pop up, they run right alongside each other.
I think we've got a case.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So it's like that, but without the murder.
Yeah, it's true. I'm glad the guy's just painting stuff. Right.
All right. That's what Tyler is watching. Brought to you by our friends at Michelson. The show's also being brought to you by our friends at Twin Peaks. Tell us about Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, great place to go watch all of the games this weekend. It is home of the 29-degree draft. Right now, ours 37 in studio, but you can get that 29-degreeer right now from our friends at Twin Peaks. Enjoy a great lunch, dinner. No one does happy hour like our friends at Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, they've got everything from the tequila cocktails, an extensive bourbon category, top shelf spirits and cocktails served over the ice balls, local craft beers, handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about those 29-degree drafts served by the Twin Peak girls, running all over the place right there in 3D. Stop in, lunch or dinner. It's Twin Peaks.
When it came time to redo the master bath in the Brown house, my wife Jennifer jumped on the internet and started scouring that thing looking for the right person for the job. Brad Bell is the guy she picked. Now, Scott's going to show you some before and after photos if you're watching this on video. If not, go back and find them. But you can see them all at alabamabathremodels.com. That is alabamabathremodels.com. Or call Brad, 205-422-1758. His crews were on time every day. They were clean. They were courteous. They did good work. At the end of each day, the foreman would bring us in and show us their progress that day to make sure it met our expectations, and it did every day. But what Brad specializes in is master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closets. Why that's important? Well, number one, you spend a lot of time in those rooms when you own your home. And number two, when you go to sell your home, you make some of your money back on those rooms. AlabamaBathRemodels.com. See all the info or give Brad a call. Let him come out and bid your job. 205-422-1758. That's 205-422-1758 or AlabamaBathRemodels.com.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
Yo, kinfolk, what's good, man? Let me holler at you for a minute. You know how life can be life. You're out there chasing that dollar. Every dollar is accounted for going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam! Out of nowhere, a car accident. All I had to do was hit up my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. You already know when that dude Alex pulls up the trial, he shuts down the litigation situation. Yo, go to Shannara.com. Hit him up at 659-777-7777.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation that legal services provided are better than any other provider.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service. Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place, NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt, you can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with NextRound.store.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC. It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Rolling into hour 2, about 12 minutes late, but we move on here. No guests left. We got 4 downs in this segment. We got our sneaky good game coming up in the next segment. We're about to give you a big Oklahoma preparing for Auburn conversation, being brought to you in part by our friends at Hemp Hill. They bring you Lance's Lock every day, lanceslock.com.
Another winning night in Major League Baseball, absolutely crushing it in Major League Baseball. Jump on board, win with us again, 9-1 to start the NFL season. We will win for you in year 12 here at lanceslock.com. Always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954. Plumbing, heating, cooling, any of those issues arise in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, tell them the next round sent you. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
I think I'm right about this, but if you want to bet Georgia in the Georgia-Alabama game, probably go ahead and get that number now. Yesterday, Georgia -4 with Alabama coming to town. I expect that number to either stay
6.
there or go closer to 6.
Yeah, that's a good sign for Bama, though. Again, it's really, really difficult for a lot of these sports books to put these numbers in stone because you haven't seen a lot. I mean, Georgia did pass their biggest test. Alabama didn't.
Yeah, both teams have a bye, so nothing's going to change between now and then. So it's a little easier to do now.
I was about to make that point that Georgia doesn't have a game where you can lose somebody.
That's right.
Unless somebody gets arrested. I would assume it was the Tennessee band playing Chameleonaires Riding Dirty on Saturday.
Probably
Did you
so.
notice that?
I did not.
Yeah. And that had to be shot right at Georgia, right?
100% that's a shot at Georgia.
But in this game, Brent Venables yesterday had an opportunity to answer a couple of questions in his weekly news conference about Jackson Arnold, his former 5-star recruit quarterback, who is now at Auburn. Here's Cut 5, Brent Venables. First, on how you ended up in a separation. How do you get rid of a 5-star quarterback in Jackson Arnold?
After the season that was tough last year, maybe what conversations did you and Jackson have after the year? And was it one of those situations where maybe both sides needed somewhat of a fresh start?
Yeah, I'll just keep that between he and I. And obviously things have worked out well for him and us both. But those are things that are never easy. But it's just the environment that we're in, and I'm really happy for him that he's having great success.
My question is, and you keep all the information private, do you think Brent Venables asked Jackson Arnold to leave, or do you think Jackson Arnold was leaving and they had a conversation?
Well,
who did the breaking up?
Well,
don't say mutual because that's never true.
No, I don't think it was mutual. I mean, I think you could, like, if I hadn't done any interviews in this case, which I haven't, and I look at the evidence, I'm like, the odds would tell you, when this is dangerous to do this, by the way, because you're making a lot of assumptions here. The odds would tell you he was in the market for a new offensive coordinator. He eyeballed Ben Arbuckle, and Ben Arbuckle was like, yeah, I'm interested, but I'll tell you what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring my quarterback with me. Is there a spot for him too? And he's like, well, let me watch some tape of your quarterback. And then he quickly called back and goes, yeah, we'll find a spot. And then you have the conversation. I mean, if this is all the evidence I can go on, that's the one we're going to investigate.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody reached out to Mateer. Mateer wanted to go, knew he was going to make a lot of money, and
so you think the other way, and he goes to Arbuckle?
I could see the Mateer, hey, I'd like to bring my offensive coordinator. You need one.
Interesting.
These guys have so much power now.
Yeah,
but either way, both of you believe.
Yeah, I think it was Mateer.
That it's Oklahoma at that point going to Jackson Arnold saying, we're going to bring in Mateer and Arbuckle, his offensive coordinator, if you would like to find another place.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes these situations work out for both. Like Aguilar, Nico not working out for both.
No, it's working out great for one.
Brett Favre to the Vikings, Aaron Rodgers taking over, worked out.
Yeah.
Because you saw both quarterbacks for Oklahoma last year. If you remember, I cannot remember the kid's name that came in the end of the Tennessee game, gave him a little spark, gets the start against Auburn.
Van Buren, right?
Van Buren, yeah, gets the start against Auburn, and is terrible.
No, it wasn't Van Buren. Van Buren was the Mississippi State kid.
But either way, he came in.
Hawkins.
Was really good, gave a spark against Tennessee. They go with him against Auburn. Awful against Auburn. You have to go by Jackson Arnold. So Dunaway, you'd seen both guys. There were possibilities, and you knew Mateer was an upgrade from both those guys.
Here's Brent Venables on just what he thinks Jackson Arnold is as a quarterback and how he's improved as he's watched tape. Remember, Brent calls the defensive plays now at Oklahoma. So he's been watching a lot of tape with Jackson coming to town. Here's Brent Venables.
Where have you maybe, watching him on tape, where have you maybe seen him improve from last year to this year?
I think he's the same guy. I think he's got a healthy football team around him, and he's having great success running, throwing, being really efficient. He's taking care of the ball, and the people around him are good. Can't play quarterback by yourself, right? So I think the offense and their defense complement one another, and he's really done a great job.
By the way, under pressure, according to Pro Football Focus, Jackson Arnold this year, 19 dropbacks under pressure. They really haven't had a lot of pressure. He's 4 of 8 for 25 yards, and he's given up 6 sacks, and he's run out of the rest of them. 19 dropbacks, 4 of 8, 25 yards passing, 6 sacks under pressure. Going into Oklahoma on the road.
Right.
Brent Venables' defense, will he bring the pressure?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Keep in mind, though, our Mason Thomas, star pass rusher, will miss the first half of this game because of the targeting at the end of the last game.
Yeah.
So he's out the first half. He's one of the best pass rushers on that Oklahoma defense, so a little break there for Auburn. That's from Spencer Davis, that information there.
So 4 of 8, 25 yards passing against pressure is what you're telling me?
From Pro Football Focus and Spencer Davis, Saturday Down South. 4 of 8, 25 yards passing, 6 sacks, and 19 dropbacks under pressure.
So he almost exclusively goes to the check down immediately. It's what if you looked at that stat right now, I haven't done the film study, but if you look at that stat, that'd be your assumption, right?
Yeah.
Is if you pressure him, you got him immediately out of his reads, and he's going to his check down as quick as he can.
Yeah, well, 4 of the 8. I don't know where the other 4 went.
But 4 completions for 26 yards.
Yeah.
That's a lot of check downs.
Yeah, and 19 dropbacks and 6 sacks, so he eats it sometimes.
He eats it sometimes. And I'm going to ask a question you may not know the answer to. Scott May
I'll pretend I'm in the media and just lie about it.
Yeah, lie about it. Is that the quote that people are saying he took a veiled shot at Jackson Arnold on? There's a quote. There's some quote yesterday that Auburn fans are saying, did he take a veiled shot at Jackson Arnold? That one doesn't sound like it.
It doesn't sound like it to me. I have not seen that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I said you may not know the answer, and I don't know that Scott does either because he may not have followed that, but I saw some Auburn chatter yesterday that there was some sort of veiled shot that Brent Venables, they believe, took at Jackson Arnold. I thought it might be that one, but then I'm like, I don't know what the veiled shot would be. He actually paid him a compliment. He's like, he's played better, it seems, at Auburn this year. But this is the guy we had last year. We just didn't have the parts around him that Auburn does.
Forrester's got the answer. What is it?
I think it is about he's the same guy thing.
Is that not a compliment to him, though?
Yeah, it's just got a healthy team.
No, I don't take it as a shot.
No, I don't either. But you're saying you think that's the one where people thought that was a veiled shot because the veiled shot there would be Jackson Arnold was dead last in the SEC among starters in passing last year. So if you say he's the same guy.
Yeah, you're saying he's not any better than he was last year.
Right. But what Brent Venables said is, no, he was good last year. We just didn't have the stuff around him we needed. He's got that at Auburn now. I thought that was a compliment myself. But
keep an eye on this guy as a wild card, an MVP possible for Oklahoma in this game. They've got a really good tight end, Jaron Kanak. 245 in receiving yards already for them. You know how those tight ends can get lost in a game like that. Keep an eye on Kanak there for Oklahoma as we get ready for this big one coming up. Any early Wednesday leans on this game from anybody? A gut feeling on this one?
I was at a Ghetto Mex place last night, and this couple got up from the booth in front of us, and he came over and he's like, what do you think about Auburn and Oklahoma? I told him I lean Auburn plus 6.5. I don't know if they win the game. I think it should be a hell of a game. I mean, a couple of things for Auburn, man. They got to get off to a fast start. Oklahoma's only given up 3 first-half points this year, and you got to pick your poison. Like, Mateer can beat you both ways, but you got to limit him, on the ground or through the air, but pick your poison.
Oklahoma is allowing less than 100 rushing yards per game this year. They've only allowed 1 rushing touchdown, and you guys all saw it. I know you did because you were watching the game. That is still the only rushing touchdown they've given up through 3 games.
And they've only given up 19 total points.
Was the Justice Haynes house call by Michigan straight? That was straight out of the locker room. That was like first play of the second half.
Yeah, I don't know what's better right now, the Oklahoma defense or the Oklahoma offense. And it seems like the Oklahoma offense, just because it was so bad last year, and it seems so much more improved. But this Oklahoma defense, again, not great competition, and you were talking about Bryce Underwood making that first road start, but their defense has been lights out.
And to me, Dunaway, that's what is the most fascinating part about this game. I lean Oklahoma right now to answer your original question, but the fascinating thing to watch here is, to me, this will be the first time somebody has come up and made an effort to take away Auburn's run and has been able to potentially do it. Like, Baylor never made the effort. Ball State and South Alabama were a bit overwhelmed as far as roster level. Well, these are like rosters. So Oklahoma's going to try to take the run away. Yeah. They've got the ability to do it. Can they do it? And when they do it, how does Jackson Arnold throw the ball?
Because it's not game day Saturday and we're not doing the broadcast, I will bring it up because it seems like in the broadcast it's always a jinx. But do you guys know the last time Jackson Arnold threw an interception?
Oh, gosh.
This is crazy.
It has obviously has not been this year. Auburn has not thrown an interception this year.
You got to go back.
They didn't throw
Texas game, Red River.
It was before that. It was last
serious?
September against Tennessee. He's gone 223 consecutive attempts without throwing a pick. And I'm just saying, if you continue to play clean football like that, good things are going to happen.
Yeah,
Big game for Auburn on the road, 2:30 ABC. Before we do 4 downs, the show being brought to you by our friends at Breakline. Tell us about Breakline.
BreaklineOptics.com. If you're headed out to a college football game or a high school football game, you want to look great when you're at the stadium or you're out tailgating, or if you're headed to the golf course, you're out fishing on the lake, on the rivers, on the beaches, these shades at Breakline Optics are built to last. You're not going to be able to break the lenses, first of all. That's going to be huge. And also the frames, those frames, they are made to withstand the elements that you run into when you're out at the rivers or the lakes or the beaches or out in the sun at the games. BreaklineOptics.com, BreaklineOptics.com. That is the website you go to, and you use code TNR30 right now to save 30%. TNR30 helps you save 30% at BreaklineOptics.com. BreaklineOptics.com, code TNR30 to save 30% on your next purchase at BreaklineOptics.com.
Your weekend's predictable. You want to get on the couch 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and you want to stay on that couch all day Saturday, all day Sunday, watching nothing but football. Well, the wife or girlfriend, they might not be happy with you. Get out of the doghouse before you're ever in it with a gift card from our friends at the Woodhouse Day Spa, located at the Summit Shopping Centers right off of Highway 280. Let her choose from a menu of over 70 options, including the body treatment, skincare, waxing, nail services, massages. Woodhouse Day Spa, voted America's best day spa since 2009. You can order that special person gift 24/7 online, birmingham.woodhousespas.com, or just stop in, see Stuart and that great staff located conveniently at the Summit Shopping Centers.
First down.
Okay, you guys give me 1 second to settle in.
Celebrity birthday.
John Ritter would have been 79 years old today. Very, very sad, the tragic death of John Ritter. John Ritter or Mac Brown, ultimately better career?
So Ritter, the only movie I can think of him in is Sling Blade.
He was great.
It was fantastic in Sling Blade.
Skin Deep was really good.
Okay, I never saw that.
Yeah, not really good. Let me pull that back. It was a Blake Edwards film. He was just a womanizing guy, womanizing drunk, but he played it really well.
But he's primarily known for Three's Company and then
How to Date Your Teenage Daughter.
Is that what it was? That's what he was doing when he
Yeah.
passed. Boy, Three's Company though. I mean, he was such an iconic character in that. I think I'm going to go John Ritter, and he showed
range
with the part he played in Sling Blade.
Well, and I think that, and then played what seemed to be the gay guy with 2 female roommates in the 70s at Three's Company, and then played the womanizing guy on the other side of it in Skin Deep, and played that really well. So I did think he had a little range. Seemed like such a likable guy. I remember when he passed away, everybody just swore how kind of a person he was.
Right.
Mac Brown is kind. I'll take Mac Brown. North Carolina was his first time there, turned them into a winner, and won a national championship and played for another at Texas. I'll go Mac Brown.
Second down.
Alex Ovechkin, 40 years old today. Alex Ovechkin or A-Rod, better career?
Ovechkin's the all-time leading scorer now, right?
I think that's right.
As far as goals, but not points, right? Because Gretzky still got the points.
I think they both have one championship.
Yeah, I'll go Ovechkin, slightly over A-Rod, who's a 678 home run guy, something like that. 600.
That's pretty dang good. That puts you in some rare air.
We never give A-Rod the credit he deserves. Like, I think in the grand scheme of things, A-Rod might be a top 15, 20 player all time. Ovechkin is a top 5 guy.
But we don't give A-Rod credit. Is it because of the steroids? He was just somewhat unlikable. Why do we not give him credit?
I think it's a couple of things that, for whatever reason, I think he was perceived as silver spoon coming up, and I don't get that.
That's weird.
It is.
So he got a huge contract when he left Seattle to go to Texas.
Right, but I mean,
put him in a different stratosphere.
Deservedly, though. I mean,
and that's when he started catching criticism.
And Texas was actually good. They didn't win championships with him, but they were really good.
Yeah, I think I would go Ovechkin, but I mean, A-Rod, I'm with you. I mean, you can make an argument for him being a top 20 player of all time.
He did have Cameron Diaz feeding him popcorn on national TV.
I mean, who would not have had Cameron Diaz in her prime feeding you popcorn?
That's pretty incredible.
I'm not going to criticize him for that.
I don't know, man. This is really tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to lean A-Rod.
Third down.
Hank Williams Sr. would have been 102. Ultimately, better career. Hank Williams Sr. or Venus Williams? Wasn't going to go Serena.
Yeah, Serena would have been the answer there. I mean, Hank Williams Sr.
What kind of influence did he have on the genre?
Tremendous influence on the country music genre, and a career cut very, very short. Venus' career was cut short by her sister. I mean, if her sister never comes along, Venus is one of the greats of all time.
4 majors for Venus?
Oh, I think it's more than that, isn't it?
I would think it's a little bit more than that.
It was 8
singles.
Yeah, the double's crazy.
Oh, the double's crazy because she's playing with her sister, right?
Yeah, doubles don't count to me.
No, I'm with you on that.
But here's another thing. How many more would she have had if she wouldn't have groomed her sister?
Singles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Wimbledons and 2 U.S. Opens, so 7.
Yeah.
And was a finalist in the Australian and the French 3 times.
I think I'm going to go Venus here, but
I think I might as well.
I'll go Hank Sr.
Yeah.
Influenced songwriting, the old 2-minute bop hit. Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And,
Fourth down.
And the great other song, Are We Sure Hank Would Have Done It This Way? I mean, that's a great line in another country song.
And really, Hank Jr., without Hank Sr., can he write Family Tradition? You know, I mean, that's a big part of that song.
That's true.
I mean, is that Hank C. Jr.'s biggest hit is either Family Tradition, Dinosaur?
I think it's Family Tradition.
I think it's Family Tradition.
I love Dinosaur, but
just because of the sing-along.
Too many to name.
Yeah, but I think Family Tradition is the song he's most known for, don't you?
And then All My Rowdy Friends just from
because
Monday
of Monday
Night
Football, yeah.
Did you already hit it?
Lost Highway. You got I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry.
No, that's Hank Sr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you were talking about Hank Jr.
Well, I was talking about Hank Jr. I'm saying without Hank Sr., he doesn't write Family. Actually, without Hank Sr., he doesn't exist. So, I mean, I guess he doesn't write anything.
Yeah.
Fourth down.
To Brown's point, without, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Lee Greenwood.
That's right.
Can't write God Bless the USA.
Lee Greenwood doesn't have any money without the United States of America.
Kyle Chandler, 60 years old. You guys familiar with Kyle Chandler? He was the FBI agent on the boat.
The coach on Friday Night Lights. Yeah,
Jordan Belfort.
It's a great scene when he's on the boat with Jordan Belfort. Such a good scene.
The back and forth, he's throwing lobsters at him.
They're just fantastic.
But I thought Kyle Chandler was really good in Bloodline, too, if you ever watched that on Netflix.
Really good.
But if I asked you guys who portrayed a coach the best, whether it was TV or film, because Kyle Chandler pulled it off. I only watched first season, but I thought
he was good in Friday Night. I thought he played a better coach than Billy Bob Thornton did in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Craig T. Nelson did it on Coach, but then he did it again in All the Right Moves, or before in All the Right Moves, a more serious coach role.
Yeah, not as good as Friday Night Lights coach.
Gene Hackman was a better basketball than football coach.
Oh, yeah. Gene Hackman, a fantastic basketball coach.
Still not as good as Friday Night Light coach.
Henry Winkler?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, not from, gosh, come on.
Billy Bob, though, the Friday Night Light movie I didn't love.
I didn't either. I like the series more.
Oh, it's good. It just wasn't as good as this one. I'm going to go with the Friday Night Lights.
I think I'll go with Kyle Chandler. I think he's the best coach
really good.
in drama.
Tammy's the best coach's wife.
She was a good one. I agree with that. I'm trying to think of another one.
Connie Britton.
No, I know Connie Britton. I'm just trying to think of another coach's wife that I would compare her to.
I think Tammy was her name on the show. Not sure. All right, that is 4 Downs, brought to you in part today by our friends at Culver's. Brownie, tell us about the great folks at Culver's.
Yeah, you can swing by your local Culver's right now and enjoy that butter burger. I do that at the window, too, when I order it. Give me a butter burger. I love those things. They are absolutely fantastic. It's the cheese curds to go with it, the great desserts. This college football and NFL weekend, make Culver's part of it. And when you're headed to the football games, especially in the Birmingham area and Central Alabama, there's a Culver's near you. So look for Culver's on your way to the stadium and make it part of this football weekend. One of the best burgers you'll ever have is that butter burger, the deluxe right there at Culver's. And top it off with one of those great shakes and great desserts and have those great cheese curds on the sides. Head over to Culver's today.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
Yo, kinfolk, what's good, man? Let me holler at you for a minute. You know how life can be life. You're out there chasing that dollar. Every dollar is accounted for going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam! Out of nowhere, a car accident. All I had to do was hit up my people at Alexander Sonora Trial Attorney. You already know when that dude Alex pulls up the trial, he shuts down the litigation situation. Yo, go to Sonora.com. Hit him up at 659-777-7777.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation that legal services provided are better than any other provider.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Ryder Cup starts Friday. They don't do Thursday, right? Is it Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, but that's next week.
Oh, it's not this week?
No.
Next week. Scotty Scheffler's team is, I heard he was sort of shying away from being called his team, but sort of is, all right?
I think they would all agree, right?
Yeah. The other option would be him not be on the team. So, let me call it his team for sure.
The Masters, by the way, will have 2 bonus hours of television coverage on Prime on Thursday and Friday. There was a time that they took great pride into not seeing a lot of TV coverage at the Masters. They had a small window, and they were very proud about that. Now you get even 2 more hours on Prime. So More money in the pockets for the people that's got money in their pockets at the Masters.
Yeah, the one thing that needs more money. There's no doubt. But, hey, listen, man, make it while you can. You never know, I guess. That one seems like it's recession-proof.
Shohei Ohtani had a home run last night. He's only the 6th player to go 50 or more home runs in back-to-back seasons in Major League history. The others, Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, Ken Griffey Jr., Sammy Sosa, and Alex Rodriguez, who we talked about earlier. By the way, he also had 5 no-hit innings pitching last night.
Well, see, nobody's really talking about Shohei from last night because of Cal Riley and what this guy continues to do. And, is this going to be a Brady Anderson situation where, does he ever have a season like this again? Because with, 54, he ties or passes Mickey Mantle for the most.
He had 55 and 56 last night, so he passed Mickey Mantle. It's the most home runs by a switch hitter ever. It's the 10th different team that Cal Riley has had multi-home run games against 10 different teams this year.
What do they have, 10 games left?
11 games left. 62 is the American League record by Judge, and he's got 56. 6 to play, 11.
Well, let me ask you this.
I would say no chance, but the way he's still swinging it, there hasn't been a down time for him this year.
And I guarantee you I know the answer to this question. If he's chasing 62, will they interrupt college football games for it the way they did Judge?
Probably not.
Not a chance.
No.
You remember them interrupting college football games.
A Mariners catcher?
And the argument was always, well, this is an American League record. And I'm like, no, it's a New York Yankee. That's why you're doing it.
10 straight the Mariners have won. They now lead the American League West. And we've got 3 guys with more than 50 home runs, Ohtani, Riley, and I think Aaron Judge. Or no, Schwarber.
Schwarber, yeah.
1998, 2001, and this year, the only years in Major League Baseball that you've had at least 3 guys with 50 or more home runs.
Well, yeah, this would have been such a big deal back in the day. You guys remember when the record was still 61. If a guy had this many home runs as Cal Riley this late in the season, I cannot imagine the coverage of this.
Yeah, so 98 and 2001 right in the middle of steroids.
Yep.
And now we've got 3 over 50 again. That's in baseball. Let's do our tender moment of the day before we get to our sneaky good game. It's brought to you by our friends at Bojangles.
It can be bow time for you at Bojangles. Swing by one of those local Bojangles at lunch today or dinner and grab those hand-breaded chicken tenders. And don't forget about them when it comes time for your college football weekend and your high school weekend, whether you're tailgating or you're having that watch party. Those chicken tenders from Bojangles will change everything for you. So go by and get those great chicken tenders and any one of their 7 great dipping sauces. And then tomorrow morning on your way to work or school, that pork chop griller is back at Bojangles. The pork chop griller has been waiting on you just like you've been waiting on it. You can be back together and reunited at your local Bojangles. It's bow time.
Listen, last year, a couple of times, Alabama, it worked out in the schedule that some of the members of their Final Four team were back in Tuscaloosa. So they were able pregame a couple of times to award the Final Four ring, presented in front of the Alabama crowd to let the visitors who weren't on the crimson and white, crimson tide anymore, the Final Four ring. Auburn in the Final Four last year, not on the schedule as USC, so they took the advantage. They sent Chad Baker-Mazara his ring, and his USC teammates celebrated him yesterday and gave him his Final Four ring yesterday at a USC workout. So there's Chad Baker-Mazara yesterday getting his Final Four ring from his days at Auburn.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Forster, is that pretty awesome? Is that cool?
That's some serious transfer portal stuff there. What that is. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, for them to be about it, though, I think that shows you they like Chad Baker.
You don't like it?
I'm glad they're happy for him.
But you don't like it, Scott?
I mean, the confetti
is
kind of
weird.
hokey.
It's just weird.
Well, I mean, obviously it's for the camera because they had confetti ready to go.
Yeah, well, that's
right?
true, yeah.
That's your point, LT, is that the confetti there. So I don't know if this is, what's it called when you celebrate or get angry? Performative. I don't know if this is performative by his teams. I don't know if they really like him or not, but a very performative moment there on camera for USC basketball. But
well, who is their coach now?
It's Eric Musselman.
Did you see what he did this weekend?
Yes, I haven't pulled that.
I did not see what he did this weekend.
We'll save it for tomorrow. Pull it for tomorrow.
All right.
We'll make that our turn to a moment tomorrow. Back-to-back USC days. All right, before we do our sneaky good game, LT, tell us about Inverness.
Inverness Country Club, a great place to go if maybe you relocated, you retired, you're looking to network. They've got memberships that fit everyone. You can find your sense of community at Inverness Country Club, and childcare is such a big plus. We've got friends that are members out there. They love having a date night and being able to drop the kid right there, knowing the kid is safe on site. Maybe you want to play a round of golf with your wife or significant other. You can drop the kid right there. That is a massive plus. Whatever your interests are, you can find it at Inverness. They've even got a vineyard club, believe it or not. Best days happen in Inverness. To take a tour of this unbelievable club, call Aaron today. Tell her the next round sent you. 205-991-8608. You can always go online for more information on everything that is Inverness Country Club. ICCalabama.com.
The College Football Spotlight.
This weekend's sneaky good game.
The Shinora Spotlight each week presented by our guy Alexander Shinora, trial attorneys. When you're in need of an attorney, Shinora.com is the website. Shinora.com, that's where you start. Birmingham guy that wanted to take care of his community. He has done that. He is still a Birmingham guy. More than 24 years they've been based right here in Birmingham. More than 500 employees, more than 150 attorneys, and they've recovered more than $2 billion for their clients. Alexander Shinora, trial attorney, Shinora.com, Shinora.com.
All right, sneaky good games. We know who the big ones are. Something that you want to watch if you put it on your third TV, your fourth TV, or in one of your quad boxes. Something interesting. Brown, what do you have?
Not only what I think will be a highly entertaining game if you like offense, because it features two good quarterbacks, two good offenses, but this is an end of an era.
That's right.
103 times before this has happened. Number 104. And it is the last one currently scheduled. I don't think it'll be the last one ever, but they have not agreed on future dates for the battle for the Iron Skillet. Everybody knows that's SMU, TCU. 11 a.m. ESPN2. SMU is on the road at TCU. Neither of these teams are ranked right now. But you got two good offenses, so much so the biggest total on the board this weekend, Lance, 64.5. It's a pretty big total. That's what they're saying for SMU and TCU, but it is kind of sad. Battle for the Iron Skillet. I like to do this with you guys to see if you got the right perception of a rivalry.
You know what's interesting? Sonny Dykes going against his former team. What's the better job right now?
SMU's in a better, I don't know. I mean, SMU just
I think
went
both
to the
are
playoffs.
good jobs.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good pony, by the way.
Perception.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah. Perception is the SMU folks have more money.
Yeah. And they just went to the playoffs, but TCU's played for a national championship recently, too. I like to do this with you guys. 103 games. Who's got the edge all time in this series, do you think?
TCU for me.
By how much?
By 11.
How many?
103.
That sounds about right. I would go TCU.
TCU by 10. You guys are very good. 53, 43, and 7. TCU leads this series. Last time we've got it scheduled, the old battle for the Iron Skillet, 11 a.m. ESPN2.
All right. LT, you have one that pops off for you?
Yeah. So Liberty coming into the season had one of the highest win totals in all of college football because it looked like such an easy schedule. Well, they've lost back-to-back games at Jack State, and then they lose at Bowling Green. Now they are hosting James Madison. You can find this one on ESPNU at 2:30. I'm sure nobody will watch it. But Liberty catching 8.5 points right now against a James Madison team that was very competitive on the road against Louisville. It doesn't sound great because you got a 1-1 versus a 1-2, but I could see this game go down to the wire and be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna give it one more shot. It's worth the price of admission just to watch this guy, Jaron Kiowe Sagapolu-Tule.
The freshman quarterback at Cal.
Sagapolu-Tule.
Boy, I wish you would get them on a play-by-play game.
Jaron Kiowe Sagapolu-Tule.
Needs a nickname.
Right there.
At least you don't have to say his name a lot. Ooh.
Cal and San Diego State.
Good logos.
What is that? Snapdragon Stadium?
It is Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego. Smaller facility.
Yep. And, sorry.
Better than when they used to play at the Murph back in the day.
Going to go Cal and San Diego State. 9:30 CBS Sports Network. There's a couple of reasons why this is sneaky good. One, the window. It's a late window, and you've got Wyoming and Colorado in a late window, Michigan State, USC, Cal, San Diego State, and UTSA and Colorado State. So you can fill up a quad box, or you can use all your TVs all in the late window coming up this weekend. But Cal, San Diego State, perfect to pair it's not an entree, but you pair it with Michigan State USC, which I think will be a really entertaining football game. Saga Pulu Tule.
Do you guys do the quad box, sample it when something big happens, then you go to that TV?
I've done that before, but I generally don't use the quad box a lot, to be honest with you, on a Saturday. Generally, I've got 3 TVs. I can fill the 3 and be content on a Saturday.
Yeah, see, I typically do these 2 bigs on one, and then I've got the quad box on the 4. And so I will check it, and if I need to jump something, I'll do that.
Yeah, I have 2 games that I want to watch. Every one. I have a main screen for the big game. Then I have another one, same size TV. And then I quad box 4 other games, and I don't pull anything out of the quad box if it doesn't make the 2.
Yeah, as entertaining a primetime schedule as we've had in quite a while this past Saturday night, when you had LSU Florida, which was a fascinating game. That Arkansas Ole Miss game was terrific, and Texas A&M Notre Dame was even better.
Oh yeah,
I mean that was
I didn't
good
think you
games.
could. I still would go Georgia Tennessee was the best game of the day.
It was, but those
Texas A&M and Notre Dame was really
and
close.
Arkansas Ole Miss, those were all entertaining games in the prime window.
What I am able to do is I'll bounce the audio. If something interesting is happening in one of the quad box games, I will pull up that audio, but I will not mess the television setup because then you end up missing quality football. Spending 4 minutes every time you switch a game out of the quad box, back into the quad box, and moving it to a big screen, different screen.
A weird thing I like. Here's a weird thing I like.
You can spend all day long moving TVs around and all that if you get caught up in it.
A weird thing I like is when you've got a good game on your main, but another game gets so good you got to bump it and you got to make that decision.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh man, what a night of college football or a day of college football. If I've got a good game on, and I'm like, boy, I tell you, this one is so much better. I got to swap them right now.
Yeah, Michelson Laser Vision will help you be able to see those games really good. Tell us about Michelson.
Yeah, 205-969-8100. I had the 2200 vision. I wore the contacts for about a decade, was wasting money each and every year on contacts and solutions. Finally went to see Dr. Mark Michelson. Now have 2015 vision better than 2020. Dr. Mark Michelson, first to perform the laser procedure in the state of Alabama in 1995. Make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
Listen, there's nothing sneaky about this game. It's 2:30 on ESPN. Tulane and Ole Miss. But John Summerall's got he's got Tulane in the conversation now for the playoffs. And it's a good team, and now they get a chance to go on the road and try to upset Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss, 13th ranked in the country, SEC team. And John Summerall talks about that big win over Duke, putting it behind them.
Yeah, you got to answer the bell. I mean, it's like, a boxer, right? Every time you come out of the break, you got to get back up and go fight again. And, boxing's 12 rounds. This is 12 regular season games. We got to get up and answer the bell. And I felt the first part of today, I felt maybe not our best energy. Right out of flex, getting ready to go into period one, and I let them know, like, hey, this is how we're going to roll. We're going to get our ass beat. Like, you better be dialed in. And so I think practice got better from there. But this is it's hard. And our guys got to get over, that one's gone forever to me. And this next one's all that matters for the next week. And, I think the thing I fear is, just complacency and our players, everybody telling them how good we are when I'm like, we beat a team last week by 7 points, and the week before that we beat a team by 2 points, and the week before that we scored a field goal in the second half. Wow. So good. So it's like we better freaking wake up.
Well, we love that guy, obviously. If you followed the show, we love some John Summerall. Do you feel like if you're looking for an upset, and there's a reason I ask this, is it better to have a high-scoring game, a track meet, or a low-scoring game? Or is there any difference?
I don't know if there's a difference.
It depends on what kind of team you got happening.
It depends on your quarterback too. Retzlaff, is he a guy that's going to be able to win a shootout? I don't know if I see that. I think Tulane might have a better shot with a lower scoring game.
Okay, well, that's probably bad news then if you like Tulane in this situation. I was looking earlier today because as I was putting together my sneaky good game, I was seeing what are the highest point totals. This one is pretty high. 61 is the Vegas total in this game. So Vegas is saying it's a little bit of a track meet. And
there's a reason they have leaked oil defensively.
They being Ole Miss?
No, I'm talking about Tulane.
Well,
2 weeks ago against South Alabama, and then the second half comeback from Duke. I mean, it was just quiet, but for them to come within 7 was pretty crazy because they dominated that game.
As much love as he's gotten of late, and we're 3 games in, so you can't make a huge judgment on this. But you know who's next to last in the conference in defense is Ole Miss. And Pete Golding looked like he had changed his stripes a little bit and had a good defense.
It's the best defense in the SEC last year.
They were scoring as far as scoring defense. Now, this is as far as yards per game allowed. That's what I'm talking about here. But only Kentucky is worse than them right now.
When you bring up that number, does it surprise you guys? Playoff predictor, like I don't put a lot of stock into it, but I thought it was interesting. Ole Miss has the 4th best odds to get to the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
In
our
front of
bubble
them,
watch is coming up, yes.
Okay.
But Ole Miss is there, but go ahead.
Do we save it?
No, keep going.
In front of them, Ohio State, Oregon, and Georgia. That is it. Those are the only 3 teams that have better odds to get to the postseason. And I don't understand that because we've got so much season with Ole Miss, and we really don't know anything.
So you mentioned scoring defense. Ole Miss is 13th in that, a category they led the conference in last year. They're giving up 21 points per game. Now, some of that is based on what I just mentioned, is how good that Taylor Green performance was Saturday night. But Dunaway, I think that's a concern if I'm an Ole Miss fan right now. How good am I defensively? And a team like Tulane coming in can show you that.
Our Grace Tree Service dead wood of the day comes from the Southeastern Conference in Florida. They cleaned up a little dead wood yesterday by suspending running back coach for Florida, Jabbar Jalouk, who was part of that pregame altercation, a couple of them between Florida and LSU. And the SEC, Greg Sankey, saying his actions were unbecoming, not what you expected, the level that the SEC expects from one of its coaches. Florida's saying the same thing, so he's got a 3-game suspension.
That's heavy.
It's a heavy suspension, and usually suspensions come with loss of salary.
Yeah,
too.
but you can't have your coaches chirping and getting in the middle of a melee like you expect. Well, not expect it, but it's understood when players get into this, but coaches can't take this. And this is a guy Billy Napier loves. Brought him from Louisiana, a New Orleans guy that can recruit. But, man, to get popped with the 3-game suspension is big.
Yeah, that is big. Jointly there between the SEC and Florida. I don't know if Florida was going to do it by themselves. The SEC obviously was going to do it, and it gives you a chance to look good if you're Billy Napier in Florida and say, okay, we'll do this jointly. Grace Tree Service will clean up any dead wood for you.
Removal, trimming, and health. Look, a lot of people care for their lawn. You want to care for the trees, too. Our friends at Grace, they can help out. Family-owned and operated right here in Birmingham. For over 25 years, they are the experts in the high-risk tree removals. I'm speaking from experience. Had 4 of those spines extracted last year. Trusted by nearly every golf course in town. The Birmingham Zoo, no competition. Make the phone call today. If you need something extracted, you want the tree health, they can help out. 205-255-1239. You can scan the QR code that Scotty has put up right there, or just visit graystree.com.
Not that you'll probably need any more ammo for this, but aren't these the types of things that start to stack up on coaches when they're getting fired? You get a player ejected for spitting on another player. You get a coach suspended for being part of a pregame scuffle.
Yeah. You get Steve Spurrier saying that I wish our coaches would occasionally get upset on the sidelines and scream at somebody.
These are all the types of things that you see start stacking up, even beyond the wins and losses, when a guy's about to get fired.
Steve Spurrier on with Pat Dooley, and when they were talking about Brian Kelly blowing up at Nussmeier during that game, where Kelly got in Nussmeier's face about playing better, Spurrier said, quote, I wish our guys would get in somebody's faces.
Yeah, that's just stack that on when your legendary coach comes out and starts to criticize you. I mean, those are just we've seen enough coach firings over our time. You can smell one coming. And listen, this one's not a surprise. Everybody sees this, but these are all the hallmarks of when a guy's about to get axed.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, we'll talk about the playoff bubble. Got an interesting stat that could help LT out with his upset alert this week. And then job openings at UCLA and Virginia Tech. Brown's got a new interesting name he wants to throw into the mix. All that's coming up on the show that's being brought to you by our friends at Dr. B.
Dr. Beckstein, best in the business. Doesn't matter if you're your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Whenever you start thinning out, Dr. B is the guy you need to go see. I did that non-invasive treatment. 30 minutes on the couch last night. That's all I'm doing. I do it 3 times a week. My hair is more than doubled in thickness. T3 has got that test. It's easy, painless, affordable. Takes seconds to perform. It's going to show which medicines and compounds will specifically work for your hair loss. There are over 10 categories of agents they use, knowing they will work for you. They will custom compound these agents for you in pill or topical forms. You pick and choose which agents you want. Men and women ordering Hims, other products online, don't even know if they work. Stop wasting your money and critical time on products that aren't working for you. Make sure you go see Dr. B and that great staff, 205-319-0316. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, t3hair.net.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Honey, a while back, life knocked me flat on my behind. I was hit by an 18-wheeler, and Lord of mercy, it left me hurting. Now, I heard through the grapevine that Alexander Shannara had recovered big money for some people. You been hurt? Can't work? Don't sit there suffering. Call my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, so pick up the phone and dial 659-777-7777 or go to Shannara.com, because when I called, Alexander Shannara answered.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Catch up on all of today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 20/200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with NextRound.store.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Hour of the show now brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go by and see Sterling and all the crew there. What you're going to get is just a unbelievable destination lunch or dinner location. By destination, I mean a place that you should drive 15, 20, 30 minutes out of your way just to go there. That's how good the fried chicken is, and the Southern comfort food is brined overnight, cooked to order. You get the best tamale you're ever going to taste. Mississippi Delta recipe, got a little spice to them. Hand-cut chicken fingers, really good for your tailgating or your office meetings or office parties. They do weddings and birthday parties as well. In-house made sides and desserts. It's all right there. Highway 119, champyschicken.com. Go by and see Sterling. Injury update. We don't know anything about Lenora Sellers yet. We should get something on the Wednesday night SEC report, according to Shane Beamer. Luke Doty ready to go, if that is the case. Beamer saying yesterday we have a Tuesday, Wednesday practice policy. If you don't practice Tuesday or Wednesday, you don't play on Saturday. So we'll see what Lenora Sellers ends up doing. Austin Simmons is expected to play. He's expected to be able to go. He came in. He was able to play, but he re-injured his ankle when he came in for a brief period. But Trinidad Chambliss was really, really good, a national championship winning quarterback on the D2 level.
To the point that Lance brought this up on the show the other day, and you're not the first person I've heard ask this question. Should you think about actually going to Trinidad Chambliss no matter what?
Yeah, I think the problem now for Simmons is if he does get back and he becomes your starting quarterback, is the leash is going to be short. Yeah. I mean, I thought Trinidad was that good.
353 yards passing, 64 yards rushing, and the quality win over Arkansas, an SEC opponent. They had to have every one of their 41 points to win the game.
Yeah, I
hard-fought win.
I don't think Arkansas is going to have a great defense this year, but you are going to have to outscore them, and they ultimately did. But Chambliss, at least through the first 3 games, protecting the football more.
Yeah, big game for Tulane. Important for Ole Miss as well, though I don't think it would impact their playoff pursuit. The SEC is not an SEC game, but
don't need to get blown out.
What about Auburn? What about Auburn and Damari Alston? Okay, go ahead.
Just real quick on Tulane, to your point there, Dunaway. If Tulane gets this win and you're just doing a power ranking Group 5 playoff team.
Still USF for me.
Would you? That was my question, obviously. I think I'd go Tulane. USF got absolutely worked by Miami, and I didn't think they were going to win the game. But, boy, they got destroyed by Miami. I could make a better argument right now, to me, for Tulane's win over Duke and win over Ole Miss than a win at Florida and a loss at Miami.
Yeah, I totally disagree.
Really?
I know they got worked, but it was like setting up for them to get worked.
Yeah, but, I mean, my point is
3 in a row, and then Boise. Don't forget Boise.
I know. But a win at Ole Miss would be the best of any of those wins. You'll at least grant me that, right? Tulane would be a holder of the best win.
Yeah, you're talking about if they win this weekend.
Yeah, if they lose this weekend.
No, I thought you were talking about at this point.
No. I said if Tulane goes in and wins this game over Ole Miss.
It becomes a big conversation.
I put them in front of South Florida. Yeah. And now it's like, I know we're not objective on Summerall. I get that. But still, that Ole Miss win would be the best of any of the wins.
Has Boise lost since then? I don't think they've really played anybody,
they've played anybody.
Yeah.
No.
But, but Boise will probably lose to Notre Dame, and they'll probably end up 10-2.
I mean, that's going to help South Florida, obviously, no doubt. Yeah. But Memphis is the other wild card in there. If Memphis gets a win over Arkansas, they still play South Florida.
Yeah, I'm not buying Ole Miss. Replacing 14 starters, I thought it was an important year for Lane Kiffin to see. I think everybody agrees, great play caller, but how he's obviously rebuilt Ole Miss into kind of a power, but how he can have a ton of attrition and be able to the very next year just restock it and be competitive at the top 25 level. I don't know if we're going to get that. I mean, right now they're undefeated, but I still think there's a lot of losses coming up for Ole Miss. Not a lot, but a handful.
By the way, Memphis, Tulane, and USF all in the same conference.
They are, yes. Yeah. But do Memphis and Tulane play in the regular season?
I don't have the schedule.
I can pull it up real quick.
This is a big weekend, though, for both. I mean, Memphis knocks off Arkansas. Tulane pulls off the upset. I almost played Tulane, my upset alert.
Yeah, Memphis and Tulane play Friday, November 7th, which I think is that part of a back-to-back for Memphis? I think that South Florida and Tulane. Let me double-check that real quick. No, they've got Rice in between. So they get South Florida, Rice, and Tulane. It's a big stretch for Memphis if they want to be that team. But I do think we're probably looking at where that team's going to come from of those group of three right now. Don't you? Will you at least give me that? Tulane, Memphis, or South Florida?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Memphis was the team I picked, so obviously I would give that to you.
Yeah, I know.
The only way it doesn't happen is if Boise State's able to beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, that's true.
All that from our injury report that also includes Damari Alston of Auburn, who, according to Hugh Freeze, is going to be back and be able to play coming up this weekend against Oklahoma. He had the shoulder, and they've been resting that through the Ball State and South Alabama game. They hope they've got it good enough now for him to go, but they have not been missing a beat in the run game with Cobb. But maybe Alston helps with pass pro or something on the road at Norman. And the biggest game in the country, Oklahoma and Auburn this week, 2:30 on ABC. We jump into the bubble talk, which includes Auburn and Oklahoma, after Brownie tells us about our friends at mybookie.ag.
Code next round, when you go to mybookie.ag, when you sign up there and use code next round, your first bet is going to be backed by that bet back guarantee of up to $500. Here is how that works. You make your play at mybookie.ag. If you lose, they will put up to $500 right back into your account, depending on how big the bet was. So you're going to be able to play again right away. It's like you didn't even lose. I mean, that's the way you want to get started, right? They know that at MyBookie. That's why they're doing that, to help you get a great start and have a pleasurable time while you're there. You can play the NFL games, like Thursday night's Dolphins-Bills game, where the Bills are a 13-point home favorite over the Dolphins. You want to play some Friday night college action. Iowa's a 2.5-point favorite on the road at Rutgers. Saturday games, you play across the board, where Auburn is currently still a 6.5-point dog at Oklahoma. All those games available right there in mybookie.ag. Code next round gets you that sign-on right there. When you sign on with code next round, gets you that bet back bonus of up to $500. Mybookie.ag, code next round. Mybookie.ag, code next round.
And our friends at Walk-Ons, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-Ons is your go-to for good times, with wall-to-wall TVs, craft beer, and cocktails, and bold flavors for the fans of all ages, from the melty mozzarella logs to the Hall of Fame level burgers, and I think some of the best wings you'll ever taste. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk On Sports Bistro, Trustful, Greystone, and Stadium Trace. At Walk-Ons, we always say it's game on. Okay, bubble talk as we get ready for the college football playoffs. I don't know if we did it this week. The Andy Staples On3 projections of the playoffs, but obviously Alabama's a bubble team right now. Not everybody's got Alabama in their bracket after the loss of Florida State, but they're back in the conversation. A lot of people I see have Auburn just on the outside looking in. Oklahoma, for some, are in right now after the win over Michigan. But this falls into what I would call to be a bubble game this weekend.
100%.
Do you feel like winner of Oklahoma-Auburn is on a good path to the playoffs, and the loser now is behind a big 8 ball?
Well,
like loser of this game could be.
Go ahead, Brown.
In trouble when it comes to the playoffs.
All I was going to say, Lance, is if Auburn wins this game, you've got to step back and say, okay, that's a 4-0 team that has 2 Power 5 road wins, Power 4 road wins. I don't know how many teams right now have 2 Power 4 road wins, but they would have 2. And one of those is a top 11. Where are they in the AP right now, Oklahoma?
Oklahoma's 11.
11? A top 11 team. I mean, I think if I'm doing playoff projections, I know Auburn's still got a tough 3 games ahead of them after this one, but I would have them currently in my playoff projection at that point if they can get this win.
Yeah, currently. Again, it does. Yeah, to answer your question, the loser is directly behind the 8 ball.
Same with Tulane, Ole Miss, like you guys were saying.
Yeah. But I mean, Auburn, if Auburn is to win this game, because I said it earlier this week, or maybe even last week, that I just think Auburn needs to split these next 4 games. Because even if you win this game, you've still got to play 5 more ranked teams where they currently are right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, for Auburn, like, there's still plenty of landmines left that can knock you out. But if you said, all right, give it to me as it goes right now, I would have to put Auburn in if they win this game.
It's funny, you highlight 5 more ranked Auburn wins. Alabama's all 7 of their SEC games are ranked. And the one that's not is on the road at South Carolina.
Well, and Oklahoma's got
which if they had a healthy quarterback.
But Oklahoma, back to them, if they win this game, they've still got 6 ranked opponents, not including South Carolina that dropped out. So if South Carolina gets back in, they've got 7 ranked opponents.
Like I don't even know where you think Auburn is ranked if they win this game.
So how about this loser of this game's out?
Oh, really? You're
so.
ready to say that just because of the difficulty of the
Yeah,
remaining
just because
schedule.
difficulty of schedule.
It's the reason I brought it up. I mean, obviously, you can change that by pulling some upsets and winning some of these games.
Absolutely.
We don't think so, but
and maybe one of these two teams is elite, and you lose to the elite team. You're still really, really good. But I'm just talking about when you have 11 or 12 combined teams that you've got to play in the top 25. There's more losses coming up for both.
When I put Auburn in the playoff bracket, big step out on a limb. They beat Baylor on the road. You feel, okay, I see them now being in conversation for a playoff. They win this game, and a lot of people will start looking at Auburn as, okay, if they do this, this, and this, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah. I had Oklahoma in the playoffs, but they haven't done anything. Look, they did what they were supposed to do.
They beat Michigan.
Yeah, they were almost touchdown favorite, and they beat them kind of going away.
I wouldn't say that's not nothing. They beat. That's a good Michigan team, I think.
But, they're supposed to beat Auburn, and then they get Kent State, and then things get real against Texas. But I said it all offseason. I believe they were going to be 5-0. Texas is going to be 3-2. And we were going to see that matchup in Dallas. And I thought ultimately Texas would win that game. If they played today, I feel like Oklahoma wins that game. Again, a lot of things change in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
By the way, among our great audience is Daniel, who very quickly answers my question. Vandy has got 2 Power 4 road wins.
Yeah, Virginia Tech and South Carolina.
That's right. We don't think of that, but they do. Auburn would have 2. I just don't think there are many out there that are going to have 2, and especially when one of those is a team ranked as high as Oklahoma. And just the way Oklahoma has been viewed so far in what they've done, I mean, that's
LSU's got 2.
2 road wins?
No, not road.
Yeah,
not bad.
I do feel like Michigan-Nebraska is almost a playoff elimination game too, and I also feel like the winner of this one feels like it's in a pretty good spot to contend with, I believe, USC for that final spot.
Let me quickly talk about Michigan.
Okay.
Because
no, I'm good. Michigan, Nebraska. That's what I want to do. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, Michigan was the one I was going to talk about of the 2. And when you look at them and their remaining schedule, if you believe, as I think we believe, that there are going to be always 4 Big Ten teams in, right? I mean, you pretty much believe that.
Yeah, it could be 3, but 3 or 4.
You look at Michigan's schedule, a loss here, I mean, even if they lose to Ohio State, now they've still got to go to USC, which is tough, but even if they lose to Ohio State, a 2-loss conference team, they're probably going to be that'd be a 3-loss team in the playoffs, but they're still going to be in that position where it's going to be hard to ignore them in the Big 12. I don't know if I'm willing to say elimination for them.
So if Michigan loses this one, their second loss, you don't think they're out?
Because of their Big Ten standing. And again, we talk about Ohio State, while you can go ahead and chalk that up as a loss for Michigan. I don't know if you watched that rivalry lately. Yeah. You certainly cannot. You can't just say because they're playing Ohio State, and oh, by the way, it is in the big house.
Yeah. Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon is the 3 I like. As I was saying, Michigan, Nebraska winner feels like you can battle USC for that spot. Obviously, if you lose, you're not out, hence the bubble conversation here. And you guys, you said last segment you thought Nebraska could win this game. But how do you feel about Nebraska?
I lean Nebraska. I mean, I think it's a tough game, but yeah.
Better quarterback.
Where
they are right now.
Underwood for where they are right now. Very tight. I would go Raiola. Ultimately, by the end of the year, moving on, it's 1,000% going to be Underwood. But I think right now it's probably Raiola.
We really don't know where Dana Holgorsen and Dylan Raiola are right now. As Brown pointed out earlier, they barely beat Cincinnati. Good game, entertaining. First Thursday night, I believe.
Yeah, I do think Cincinnati is better than advertised. He's completing 77% of his passes. Raiola, 8 touchdowns, no picks. So, I know it hadn't been against great competition, but he's played well.
Yeah, since that Cincinnati game, not a lot. So this is the first chance for them to be back on the big stage. And Michigan Brownie, I think, struggling to do Michigan things, to run the football the way they want to run the football. Can they do that against Nebraska this weekend will be one of the keys.
I mean, it's hard to know. Again, you just haven't seen Nebraska challenge since that first week. We were so early in this, but really the quality opponent Michigan played that they lost to, they had one big run. Justice Haynes, one big run. That was it. I mean, they could not run the ball effectively outside of that.
75 yards?
I think it was 75, and I don't even know what they had for the game, but I think that was 75 yards.
Haynes has been a great compliment. I don't think either one of these teams gets to a college football playoff, but back to what you asked about Auburn and Oklahoma. With Indiana and Illinois, another top 25 matchup, do you think the winner is in there?
That's the other conversation here. Illinois, Indiana, 6:30 NBC, a bubble game here. To me, the loser, their chances dwindle a lot. The winner in the conversation to be that fourth Big Ten team. Same scenario, the winner, Illinois, Indiana, as I get for the winner of Michigan, Nebraska.
Let's look at Indiana first. And again, if he wins this week, as good as Cignetti has done in a year plus, he has not beat a ranked team yet. So this would be his first ranked win. But if he gets this win, you look at degree of difficulty coming up at Oregon and at Penn State.
Yeah.
Could he lose both of those games?
I don't know.
Only beat one ranked team and still get in?
Do you get to do that 2 years in a row?
I don't know.
That would be Indiana 2 years in a row having done that. And I just wonder if the committee's like, okay, we did it last year kind of because we had to. But if there's another option this year, I could see them not doing it.
I don't think Indiana
this scenario.
Okay.
It comes down to Michigan 9-3. Same conference record as Indiana, 10-2. USC 9-3, same conference record as Indiana with their record, but USC's loss is to Notre Dame and the two Big Ten losses. Michigan's losses to Oklahoma and the two Big Ten losses. Indiana's just got the two Big Ten losses.
See,
who do you reward there?
That's where, as a committee member, I fight for USC, who's willing to play Notre Dame. And I fight for Michigan, who was willing to go on the road at Oklahoma. And I fight against Indiana, who admittedly is like, we're going to schedule crap out of conference.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything last year because they were 11-1.
That's right. You had to
get in.
Yeah.
But at 10-2, it gets really, really interesting. I think they probably would be out.
Yeah.
And I don't think look, if they lose this weekend and you've got Illinois as your upset alert, I think the number is at 4.5 or 5 right now. But if they lose this game, they have no shot. I don't see them going to Autzen and beating Oregon, and I don't see them going to Happy Valley and beating Penn State. So, I think those are almost two guaranteed losses, and they've still got to play at Iowa, which is a really difficult game. But you've got to win this game to be in the conversation.
I mean, I guess I've doubted this Illinois team all season, and I guess I shouldn't have. They showed me I shouldn't doubt them, right? I mean, all they've done is win at Duke, which we thought they were going to lose that game, 45-19. They've destroyed Western Illinois. They've destroyed Western Michigan. They really haven't had a close game yet. Illinois has been dominant. We'll see what they've got against Indiana.
You've got, but say what you want, proven head coach, right?
Yeah.
You've got a very, very experienced quarterback in Altmaier. You've got an experienced offensive line where you returned 5 starters. You got a defense that's forcing turnovers.
But 2 of their next 3 after this are hosting USC in the Fox Big Noon, which will be an extreme challenge for them. And then hosting Ohio State, no time yet. I would say you could almost book that for the Fox Big Noon. So they've got to play USC and Ohio State 2 of the next 3. So if Illinois does lose this one, this feels like a fatal blow to them already, even though they hadn't even had a close game
yet.
at
Washington, and Brock Hewitt pointed this out, and look, he looks at the X's and O's a lot more than us. Jed Fish has got skill there, but they're going to have to outscore a lot of people. They don't have a physical offensive or defensive line, so I think that would be a problem against Illinois. So, to me, they're kind of in the same boat. Loser of this game probably has 2 games they're not going to win.
Yep.
Of course, to say that USC in Champaign is Illinois is probably favored in that game.
It's a Fox Big Noon kick, too. So, if you believe in the early body clock, I mean, that's a 9 a.m. body clock game for USC.
Michigan State USC has some vibe to it. It's got a mark as an interesting game, so I couldn't do it as my sneaky good game because it's one of the better games, and it's a standalone basically in that late window as a big game. But I'm not sure this Michigan State team, there's something about it. You've sold me over the years on Jonathan Smith. I trust him, veteran quarterback in Childs. I don't know if they have the defensive horses to battle USC, but this is
the over. Where are we seeing that total right now at mybookie.ag?
Okay, so a lot of points.
Play. Yeah, it should be in the 60s, I would think, or the low 60s. But, USC undefeated right now. They haven't played anyone. The Boston College win was fun to watch, but they haven't beaten anybody either.
56 is your total. Did you think a little higher than that?
Yeah, I would have thought a little higher.
Dunaway, USC's an 18.5-point favorite. I'm kind of with you. I feel like that's a better game than 18.5 points.
Yeah,
that's a big point spread.
Childs will be able to move the football.
That's a big point spread.
Hey, and if they are able to beat USC, and I know we're looking ahead here.
Who, Michigan State?
Yeah, I mean, Michigan State. I brought this up to Connor O'Gara, and he scoffed at me again. I was like, can Michigan State be one of the sleepers in the Big Ten just based on schedule?
Yeah, no, I texted somebody 2 weeks ago who's a Michigan State grad and said Michigan State beats Michigan this year. This is the year you get back.
Okay, well, it's in East Lansing if that helps, I guess.
Does.
But Lance, they've still got to go to Nebraska, to Indiana.
They can get it with 10-2 though.
Host Penn State at Iowa.
I mean, look, they're going to lose 4 games, probably 5 games.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, with their schedule, they could get in at 10-2.
If they were 10-2, I just don't think they get to 10-2.
I just have them upsetting somebody. But Michigan State's on my playlist this week. I like Michigan State.
That'd be a terrible loss for Lincoln Riley.
Awful
Just to cover. I like Illinois to cover, just off the playlist. That if you missed it yesterday.
This is one of those, like if you're...
It's a bubble weekend. That's why I bring it up. It's a bubble weekend.
We got a lot of Alabama fans that watch us. With your team being off, this is a good weekend for you to settle in because there are some, at least on paper, some incredible games.
More bubble games in just a second, right after. I tell you about the Pan Store and then Brownie about our friends at Alabama Power. Our friends at the Pan Store, it's your game day headquarters. Has been, will be, forever and ever. Amen. Guys, you can choose from the Bama and Auburn polo hats and quarter zips from the famous name brands like Horn Legend, Cutter and Buck, Antigua and Gentile. Nothing says War Eagle and Roll Tide like the Pants Store. Great locations from Huntsville to Auburn, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham. But anywhere in the world, you can order at panstore.com, panstore.com. And listen, for the 14 to 25-year-old in your life, if you're always wondering, they hate when I buy them clothes. Dad, I'm not going to wear that. Well, go to the Pan Store because they love that. Panstore.com. They'll ship anywhere. And girls, and they got the white sneakers. They've got the fall boots ready to go, the rompers, the dresses with free alteration and gift wrapping. Panstore.com, panstore.com, your game day headquarters.
Is your power bill higher than expected? Changes in your energy use, especially with Alabama's crazy weather, could be the reason. Check out Alabama Power's free My Power usage tool. It helps you track how much energy you're using and when. It's a great way to spot patterns and avoid surprises. Plus, Alabama Power offers easy tips to help you save. Visit alabamapower.com/mypowerusage to learn how to manage your usage and keep cost in check.
Bubble game, we talked about it for the playoffs. I don't know if the Big 12 can get 2 teams in like the ACC did last year, but Texas Tech, Utah has implications there. We talked about that one.
I can't wait to see that game because I really don't. Texas Tech has not given up a point in the first 3 quarters of any game this season. Look, they haven't played anyone.
They've scored a lot of them, by the way.
And Devin Dampier, I think he's going to be great for Utah. And, he's just churning out yardage. And this offense looks really, really good in a bounce-back year for Whittingham. But I don't really know where either one of these teams is.
58 points a game, and they were on Oregon State before the anthem was over. And that was another rain-delayed or weather-delayed game last week.
And then, listen, I know South Carolina got beat 31-7 by Vandy. But that's a pretty good football team if Lenore Sellers is healthy at some point. And Missouri looks the part so far. That game at 6 o'clock on ESPN, South Carolina and Missouri, if you're looking at 4 or 5 SEC teams to get in, it's almost a must-win now for South Carolina.
Yeah.
And it's one that Missouri you don't want to drop because it's going to put you on the wrong side of the bubble.
I would be, unless Lenore Sellers has a Herculean effort and he comes back and he's healthy, I don't see South Carolina winning this game. And this is crazy. We don't give Eli Drinkwitz close to the credit.
Okay.
Since the start of 2023, you know what his record is?
What's that?
24-5.
No, that's good.
I mean, how many other programs are 24-5 over the last 2+ years?
But we spent a lot of the offseason talking about, Missouri with that schedule.
It got more difficult.
Yeah, tell me how easy this sounds now. And we have done this with so many SEC teams. It's crazy.
Again, much like the NFL, when people talk about strength of schedule, you don't know how the team's going to be year to year.
After they play South Carolina, they get UMass. And then after this bye, you tell me where the easy games are, okay? Alabama. They're at home, but they're playing Alabama. At Auburn, now ranked in the top 25. At Vanderbilt, now ranked in the top 25. After a bye week, host Texas A&M, now ranked in the top 10. Mississippi State, now a team that has at least got one good win. At Oklahoma, a team now ranked number 11. And then at Arkansas, who just gave Ole Miss everything Ole Miss wanted in Oxford.
I give you all losable games, but guess what? For the first time in the history of Missouri football, at least from where I can remember it, all these games are winnable. The Alabama game is winnable.
Oh, 100%.
If Alabama was rolling into Columbia this weekend, would you guys feel good about this game?
No.
Not at all.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, Alabama would be a 7-point favorite, and that's probably what they'll end up being. But all of these games are very winnable.
I just think that's why I think it's a must-win for Missouri too, Lance. With the remainder of that schedule
I
done
agree.
away, you paint a picture for me losing to South Carolina, how you're going to thread the needle of getting in the playoffs.
I'm starting to think Missouri might be that team that gets in on the outside from the SEC, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
11:25 Brooks and Forrester, if y'all would just jot that down, 11:25 and then 27 right there. When we revisit this on Monday or Tuesday, we don't give Eli Drinkwitz enough credit if they lose this game, especially if it's Luke Doty and they lose this game. We'll come back and we don't give this guy enough credit because we'll be with both feet jumping on his throat on Monday or Tuesday.
Fine, but he's 24-5 over the last 2+ seasons.
He is.
You know,
and we don't give him enough credit.
Dabo ain't.
Yeah, we don't give him enough credit.
We don't.
All right. When we come back, a little NFL, and we'll do trash. The show being brought to you by a couple of our great sponsors. One of them is our friends at Hemp Hill Services, LT.
205-229-2090. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew. All those guys, if you experience any of the problems, the plumbing, the heating, the cooling issues, your home or business, they're ready to serve you. Tell them the next round sent you. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
When you're in need of an attorney, Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys is where you go. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shannara.com. Shannara.com. What Alexander Shannara wanted to do was create a firm that his community of Birmingham could depend on to handle any issue that community faced. Well, he's done just that. They now not only handle any personal injury claims, but claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, and a host of other claims. When you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
Honey, a while back, life knocked me flat on my behind. I was hit by an 18-wheeler, and Lord of mercy, it left me hurting. Now, I heard through the grapevine that Alexander Shannara had recovered big money for some people. You been hurt? Can't work? Don't sit there suffering. Call my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, so pick up the phone and dial 659-777-7777 or go to Shannara.com, because when I called, Alexander Shannara answered.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Company Distilling available all over the great state of Alabama. Before LT tells you about Company Distilling, Robert Redford passed yesterday. We talked about it on the show a couple of times. Did you know he had an offer to play baseball at a pretty big school? Do you know where it was?
I would say that Robert Redford, the Texas Longhorns.
Oh, good one. Nope. Close. Used to be in the same league.
Texas used to be in the Southwest Conference. That narrows it down. Baylor.
Also used to be in the Big 12. Colorado. Yeah, Colorado is where he got a scholarship. High school teammate. Went to the same high school as
Mark Harmon.
No, Mark Harmon's a lot younger.
Well, they could have gone to the same high school. Oh, you said teammate, though, yeah.
Teammate.
Hall of Famer.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Oh, I don't know.
Don Drysdale.
Wow.
Former Dodger.
Robert Redford said that's how much he thought about playing baseball.
I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure Colorado doesn't have a baseball program.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the Mile High?
You could get some bombs there, couldn't you?
Yeah,
Could you imagine an aluminum bat at that altitude?
They didn't have a program.
So Colorado doesn't have a baseball program anymore.
They didn't. I mean, maybe they do now, but they didn't for a while.
Well, they did when Robert Redford was there, or maybe they were going to start a team.
Good.
Now
let's get this good-looking kid from this California high school. Can't get Drysdale. Try to get the Redford kid.
But he was recruited in the 40s. Yeah. He was. So,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was a while ago.
Wow. Colorado. Probably something else back then. Colorado School of the Mines. Tell us about Company Distilling.
Company Distilling, we talk about great bourbons all over. The great thing for Company Distilling, when we were talking to our man Jeff Arnett on Friday, he talks about the incredible water they have in the state of Tennessee that helps with this great bourbon process. Speaking of bourbons, we will be doing a Bama and bourbon later on today, me and Aaron Suttles. But last week we did it with our man there, and we were talking with Jeff Arnett about the incredible product that is Company Distilling. You can find it now in Birmingham, in Alabama, available in Alabama, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. The straight bourbon whiskey finished with Maplewood is a Platinum Ascot Award winner, and the straight Tennessee whiskey finished with the Applewood earned a double gold at the John Barleycorn Awards this past year. Fantastic. Had both of them this past Friday. Pick up a bottle, though. It's worth sharing with great company. It is Company Distilling.
All right. By the way, NFL clarified there is no rule of an owner against an owner being in the coach's booth or wearing a headset. There is no rule against that. So Jerry Jones could be in the Cowboys coaching booth if he chose to be that and could have a headset on.
Yeah.
So no rule against it.
Okay. I mean, I didn't know that was part of the discussion. I just assumed the discussion was on the Fox aspect of it, of him being involved with Fox. I would assume an owner could do just about anything he wants.
33.8 million people watched the Sunday Eagles-Chief game, the most watched regular season Sunday game ever.
Wait a minute. The most watched regular season Sunday game is 33 million? I would have
33.8 million regular season Sunday.
That's surprising that's the most watched. I mean, it's not surprising because of the Taylor Swift effect.
I mean, that did set up well, though. You're talking about defending champion, Kansas City on the ropes, it looks like.
Yeah, and
later game.
Not Sunday prime time, not Monday night, not Thursday night,
the Thanksgiving
not a playoff.
Are massive. The Thanksgiving Day are massive, but those are on Thursday, obviously.
So Thursdays, obviously.
Yeah, that's when Thanksgiving falls every year.
Yeah. They built a schedule around it. There was nothing on opposite. There were no other halfway decent games.
No, I mean, I agree with you as far as name value goes. Indianapolis, Denver went down to a very controversial final last play, and Carolina came all the way back and actually recovered an onside kick, ball in hand, a chance to win that game or force overtime. What was the final there? Either way, there were actually the late window was very, very good. Those two games, this just shows you, those two games were better games than Kansas City and in Philadelphia.
33.8 million is the most watched Sunday regular season game since 2007 Patriots and Colts, with Manning and Brady going against it. Green Bay is just the 5th team in modern history, started in 1970 after the merger. Green Bay just the 5th in modern history to be 2-0 with teams that were 12 wins or more the previous year.
Some of these stats, I don't know who thinks of these.
But you got to be a pretty good team to have 12 wins or more the previous year, and they're 2-0 against two teams that were 12-0 or better the previous year. Nobody has done that.
Yeah.
You guys were talking Sean McVay and the limp that he's going to have for the time being, torn plantar fascia in his foot. You said it happened during the game.
Yeah, he was running down the sideline to call a quick timeout. I think it was in the third quarter, and he gets a little animated trying to show off his former wide receiver skills from the MAC when he played at Miami of Ohio.
Yeah.
The former Georgia State Player of the Year over Calvin Johnson as a triple option quarterback. But
that's
didn't
not
work out
hokey,
well.
Him sprinting for the timeout like he does as opposed to running down the field.
Well, I mean, I think a lot try to sprint. They just can't do it. He's still only, he's in his 30s.
If SoFi Stadium had a hill for the team to run down, he'd run it at a full sprint.
He is a guy, I have never, ever heard him get upset with the media.
Who, McVay?
I've never heard him throw any of his players under the bus.
Well, he's beloved.
No, seriously. I mean, back to Dabo, he's already thrown his quarterback under the bus. It'll be soon. He'll be throwing his coordinators under the bus.
Hey, he's a big dude, but New England returned a kickoff against Miami, and Vrabel was step for step with the kick returner. Vrabel was running down the sidelines.
Stephon Diggs said he's slow.
I mean,
talking about the kick returner.
Step for step with a kickoff return for a touchdown, though.
My Bucks just decimated with injuries. Getke's going to be out for a while, so no tackles for the time being. Get Wirf back soon. Lose a great young kid, Kalijah Cansey, torn pectoral, likely done for the year. Godwin's not back. Jalen McMillan's not back. Two big receivers. Amazingly, hopefully we'll field a team this week at Tampa Bay.
The Roy bus.
That's your NFL look. We'll do trash and then wrap it up with some more college football. Before we get to trash, Johnson RV Center, johnstonrvcenter.com, Brownie.
I-65 exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur is where you find Johnston RV Center. And right now you can get some great deals at Johnston RV because they've got the end zone RV clearance going on. They're moving those 2025s out. Cherokee travel trailers starting at just $139 a month with no money down. Prices marked down on almost 100 2025 models to make room for the 2026s. Great selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers to get you camping this fall. Also, don't forget the interest rates are coming down, and banks are offering great financing terms. RV warranty forever. Make sure you got a lifetime warranty on everything that is new or qualifying pre-owned at Johnston RV Center, I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, johnstonrvcenter.com.
After the break, we're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. He's blind.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. We start first with LimeWire. Do you guys remember the file sharing service?
I do.
Set the internet ablaze back in the 2000s before being shut down for copyright infringement. They said on this past Tuesday they are acquiring the rights to the Fire Festival.
It's a great pairing.
LimeWire, quote, acquires a Fire Festival brand. What could possibly go wrong? The company titled in its news release. LimeWire said it would unveil a reimagined vision for Fire, one that expands beyond the digital realm and taps into real-world experiences, community, and surprise. The company offered no additional details about how the Fire brand will be relaunched. For years, LimeWire operated as a competitor to fellow file-sharing platform Napster before being effectively shut down by a court ruling in 2010 after a judge ruled it had facilitated large-scale copyright violations. Now in 2022, Austrian brothers Julian and Paul Zedemeyer bought LimeWire's intellectual property and turned it into an NFT service. Fire Festival, 2017 music festival. We all remember the debacle it was. Organizer Billy McFarland, later convicted of fraud, sentenced 6 years in prison. Now, according to Julian Zettermeyer, one of the CEOs, quote, Fire became a symbol of hype gone wrong, but it also made history. We're not bringing the festival back. We're bringing the brand and the meme back to life, this time with real experiences and without the cheese sandwiches. Now, Ryan Reynolds is one of the founders of the new LimeWire. He did tweet out that he will be bringing his own pallet of water.
That's pretty good. All right, so there have been 2 efforts at the Fire Festival. Did they pull the second one off? I know I haven't the first one.
Yeah.
You do? Oh, they actually did have a Fire Festival the second time? Do you know, Tyler?
No, they never pulled it off. I think it fell apart before, right?
It fell apart before.
The second one did as well. So we've never actually had a Fire Festival. We've just had 2 attempts at one.
Well, the problem is nobody wants to buy a ticket.
Oh,
to
there are
Fire
multiple
Festival.
problems, yes.
Yeah, that's just number one. Nobody wants to buy it.
Right. That is a big problem, though. I don't know why you keep doing it when nobody really wants to buy your ticket.
Yeah,
Do you guys
just afraid to pay thousands of dollars, show up to an island, and get served some craft singles again?
See, it's partly because of age. I've never experienced this. Brooks said he would go to iTunes, find songs he liked, and then go download them on LimeWire.
Yeah, well, that was because, I guess Napster got shut down before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we all know some FBI guys. Do you guys know anybody in the CIA?
Yes.
Of course, Tyler does.
I do not. As far as I know.
That's right.
Maybe they're so good at it,
That's
and
right.
I do.
It
could be you.
It might be.
Louisville man is facing charges after a bizarre traffic stop in the Highlands Douglas neighborhood. David Christopher, 55, been charged with impersonating a peace officer. Now, according to Metro Police, officer noticed Christopher driving northbound on the afternoon of September 11th without a valid plate. When the traffic stop was initiated by the officer, Christopher told them he didn't have a, quote, valid license because it was illegally revoked. He also admitted he didn't have valid insurance. Arrest records state Christopher told the officer he was a CIA agent, even had multiple items such as shirts, wallets, and money clips featuring the letters CIA. I don't think you really go about it that way.
I've got a CIA money clip. I'm clearly legitimate.
Cole, is that a bloomin' onion you have with you?
No, is that Cole Kubelik and Mark Godfrey?
Yeah. I was going to go Cole Kubelik and Trent Dilfer.
There's a little Dilfer.
Yeah, a little Dilfer in there, too.
So Christopher displayed a card reading Association of Former Intelligence Officers, which prompted the Louisville Police Department to reach out to Homeland Security. Homeland Security told police Christopher has a, quote, history of impersonating a CIA officer as well as FBI agents. Now, he kept telling officers he was an intelligence officer and his credentials were the shirts and various CIA items that he had on him. On the way to Metro Corrections, he persisted he was an undercover CIA officer, tried to get officers to call a number that he said would verify that. But he has been charged with operating a vehicle with a suspended or revoked license and failure to maintain required insurance.
Listen, not a paid endorsement, but SEC Network, I think the best show, one of the best shows they have, I shouldn't say best, Cole and Roman, Tuesday night. I can't remember the name of it, but it's really entertaining.
Oh.
I never see it at the beginning. I always catch it like 5 minutes in and have to leave before it's over with, but
Read and react?
That middle 20, read and react.
Yeah.
That middle 20 is really entertaining.
Hey, is that Tuesday night or Monday night? I thought they did that Monday night.
I always catch it on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm not watching it live. I'm watching it on demand.
Is this guy kissing 5'4"?
Yes, that's a good point, LT.
Yeah.
Lost with that
Just
big
above 5
logo,
foot.
the Trump shirt, and the very smooth cut is the fact that he is not 5.5.
He is not. No, that's 5.
That's probably 5'3".
5'3" and change.
1, 2,
Just under
3.
5'4". Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown,
The point of that bald head may get you to
I think it does.
5'4".
I think you're right. The top of his head.
Yeah,
is
that's the only thing that gets him there. Yeah.
Brown, if little Charlie, your dog, was being drugged by an alligator, what would you do?
Shoot. Get out of here.
bye.
Shoot.
I mean, I
mean, that's Charlie's one bite. I mean,
Yeah,
at that
Charlie's
point,
a
Are
it's
you
over.
going
5-pound
natural
dog.
selection on this? And
mean, the alligator's got to eat too. I would hope my kids aren't watching it. It's going to traumatize them. And I guess it would traumatize me too, seeing a dog get eaten by an alligator. Any dog, really, not just mine.
guess.
But I mean, I can't. It's an alligator, Lance. I mean, what am I going to do?
Well, I'll tell you what a Florida woman did. She
Okay.
jumped into action after an alligator dragged her puppy during a walk. Danny Wright said she took her 4-month-old puppy for a walk along a creek beside her home when a 5-foot alligator bit her dog's collar, then dragged it underwater. Wright said she continuously punched the gator's eye. Quote, I punched him in the eye enough that he kind of let go, like he unclamped a little, but his teeth were like, here, just dragged down on my arm. Gator was able to camouflage itself in floating water moss, which resembled turf. Wright said, first time she had seen an alligator in the area.
So here's the...
but she was able to get the alligator free.
Yeah, here's how I would process this in real time, Tyler. If I piss off the alligator can come after me. If I pull my wife and kids and like, y'all got to pick one, Charlie survives the alligator or your father and husband, I think they're going to go with me. So I'll try to get my dog, but I'm not going to risk my life to do it. Now, if it's one of my kids, different story, but dogs and humans are different. So that's the way I would process that question you just asked me there. Now, we had a nest of red-tailed hawks in our backyard once, and I did warn my youngest daughter. I was like, do not let Charlie out there alone because you're going to watch a hawk take him away for lunch, and that is going to be traumatizing to you for the rest of your life when you see the hawk flying away with little Charlie in its talons.
If it was Angus or me, who do you think Maggie would choose?
Boy, I think that'd be difficult. I mean, it depends on your insurance policy.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Does Angus have a policy?
I texted Tyler what I thought LT's answer would be. What is the phrase I expected LT to say?
Not even close.
Well, it depends. If the insurance policy's intact, not even close. But, I mean, she needs an earner, so...
Yeah, Lance makes a good point. The insurance policy is going to play a part of this.
There's probably a lot of married couples, sadly, that... and I disagree with... I think dogs are a little closer to humans, depending on who the dog is, than you think. But I do sadly think there's a lot of people that would rather their significant other go down than their dog.
Oh, yeah, but those are damaged relationships with their significant others.
I mean, people that aren't happy.
I would argue the average dog is better than the average human.
Oh, I would agree with that.
No, I'm always going to put human life above animal life. That's just, no.
Yeah.
I mean, average and average, I'm going to take human life over
Okay,
animal.
I assume you haven't seen the Catfish documentary yet.
I have not.
You didn't run for that. Have you seen it yet?
Unknown Caller?
Yeah, you need to watch it.
I know the ending, though. So
it has been spoiled. Somebody spoiled it in the chat room yesterday.
Did they really?
But no,
I had already seen it spoiled.
No,
though,
but it's a real story. I saw it happen in real life.
Yeah, see, I don't remember it happening in real life. And I can't believe we didn't have it in trash. But anyway, that woman or a dog, you take the dog.
Well, but that's not an average human. That's clearly a trash human.
Yeah.
Tyler said average versus average.
Okay, so from alligator to anaconda. Did you guys ever see the 1997 movie Anaconda? Sadly, I went and saw it in the theater. Had a great cast.
I have not seen this one.
J-Lo, Ice Cube, John Voight, Eric Stoltz, Owen Wilson, Danny
I
Trejo.
have seen this. It's they're on the Amazon, right? In a boat, and they don't know when I haven't seen that.
No Jurassic Park, but you've seen
No, I've
Anaconda.
seen Anaconda, absolutely. All the classics.
Okay, so this is kind of a remake. Paul Rudd and Jack Black are going to star in Anaconda. Reboot 1997 movies. For some reason, they're releasing it on Christmas Day. In any event, it's happening. People magazine shared the very first images from the project. Chatting with People, Jack Black describes the film as, quote, an exciting mix of comedy and horror. He adds, buckle up for the thrill ride of the season. In Anaconda's big screen return, best friends Doug and Griff have always dreamed of remaking their all-time favorite movie, the cinematic classic Anaconda, but things get real when an actual giant anaconda appears, turning their comically chaotic movie set into a deadly situation. Now, the guy, Tom Gormican, the guy behind The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which was a really good movie, is scripting and directing. So we'll see how this thing goes. But I would assume this is more in the Cocaine Bear realm.
Yeah, that's what I would think. It's more Cocaine Bear, Tropic Thunder sort of movie
Yes.
than like a legitimate, like, let's try and make this a masterpiece.
Yeah, Nicholas said looks like a Tropic Thunder type plot. So you guys, a lot of Tropic Thunder comparisons.
Is that Rainn Wilson in the still shot?
Yes, Rainn Wilson is in this as well.
But I would imagine
a big ass snake, man.
Christmas afternoon. That's a pretty good opening, right?
Yeah, Christmas Day is always a big
massive
day for theaters.
Yeah, a lot of people love. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a movie on Christmas. I have,
but that's before the NFL has now taken over Christmas Day, so it's going to be big competition.
Our friend Brian Pavlik has a Christmas tradition of getting Chinese food and then going to the theater.
I'll never forget.
Okay.
I don't remember the movie we were watching. I've had Chinese on Christmas Eve.
The two movies, I remember seeing four actually. I saw Django Unchained. I saw Jackie Brown. I saw Godfather 3, your favorite, and I saw Leap of Faith with Steve Martin and Deborah Winger.
I don't remember the movie we went to, but we went to a movie once, and I'll just never forget it. It was on Christmas Day. My dad had gotten a sweater, I think, from my mom, and he wore the sweater, and the theater was like 1,000 degrees, and my dad was just miserable sitting down there in that sweater, I could tell. But I don't even remember the movie we were watching, but it was a Christmas, as I remember it was like Christmas afternoon we went to a movie.
Yeah, and the best part about going to see Anaconda, when you're done, you won't none. Right? Is that the way the lyrics go?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I heard the Forrester laugh.
I love how he's Googling.
That's all I got.
That is Trash Today, brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Unless you've got buns, hon. You know the words.
Keep going.
That's Debbie and Forster's favorite dance song, right?
Wow.
That's the one that gets you two on the dance floor. Y'all can be sitting over in the corner. Nope, we're not dancing to that. But that one comes. It gets the Forsters.
Jennifer Brown knows every lyric. She used to sing it in high school.
In high school?
Oh, well, that song was big when we were in high school.
Our final run here, brought to you by our friends at Champy's Chicken. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster. They've got no buns, but they've got a wonderful amount of two big breasts and all the sides that go with it at Champy's Chicken. Hand-cut chicken fingers, brined overnight chicken, all the in-house made sides, the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, and, of course, the wings that at one point he's going to bring us the wings back up here, and we're going to do the Hot Ones Challenge one more time. He and I were talking about that on the kickoff party. He's got some sauces that he wants us to try out one day. He's a connoisseur of great food. That's what Sterling is, and he's been doing this for over a decade at the same location on Highway 119 is Champy's Chicken. Go by and say hi to Sterling if you're in the area there. Diego Pavia's attorneys taking the NCAA to court yesterday and having some wonderful moments in the oral arguments that made it look like there's a path to Diego Pavia and others playing a seventh year, another year, and maybe unlimited, which we've talked about at some point. That maybe the NCAA saying you've got to leave, you can't play anymore. Maybe that's unconstitutional or un-American. But Diego Pavia, before it gets too far, went to Twitter last night and said, "This is my last year." Handshake emoji. But Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia, according to his attorneys, could challenge for a seventh year of eligibility if they want to.
I got to ask, why is he so definitive on this being his last year?
I'm with you. That's what jumps out at me.
Yeah,
like, why do you think this guy's going to play in the NFL?
No, and he's maybe 6 feet. We saw him. He's built like a fire hydrant in the worst way.
Yeah.
But can you imagine though and I kind of would like this. I don't know where you guys fall on this. I guess I've gotten so conditioned to seeing people that played in 2020 that have played now 6, maybe 7 years of college football. Can you imagine how good Pavia would be in 3 or 4 years? Like, instead of selling insurance, our go-to there, if Pavia was an SEC quarterback in 3 or 4 years still at Vanderbilt, hell, at 26, 27 years old, he would be really, really good.
Yeah.
And that would keep them competitive.
I mean, they've just had 2 massive wins in terms of point spread for Vanderbilt. I mean, when you start looking at Vanderbilt, they don't often beat Power 4 teams 44-20 and 31-7. Like I said the other day, I think it's the first time in my lifetime I've ever seen him do this. In those 2 games, he's thrown for 193 yards and 177 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Like, the guy does nothing spectacular.
No. What do you think is more achievable, though, him getting another year or him actually going on a legitimate date with Tate McRae? I think another year of eligibility.
Oh,
I'm talking about a legitimate date.
It was you guys on this show. I forget who brought it up first, but we had a long discussion about how can they say, now that we're paying players, it would be challenged in court. How can they say, if you're a student, you're not allowed to play?
Yeah.
It's just some arbitrary number. 5 full years. We've all settled, forget red shirts, let's just say 5 full years. Yeah. But even at this day and age where they are avoiding going to court over everything, which is why they didn't wait for yesterday to happen in trial. They went on and granted anybody that had ever gone to junior college an extra year just so that those people can come back and sue if they lost this case for missing this year. So they're scared of lawsuits.
Yeah, I don't even think you've got to be a student as long as you've graduated from that specific university.
If we're paying players as employees, why the crap do they even have to be enrolled in school? I mean, I know people don't want college football to become that, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how it would stand up in the legal system.
But from a fan, I mean, the football would obviously be better at this point, but from a fan, do you want unlimited eligibility?
I think a fan says no to that until they get a player.
Oh, Vanderbilt fans are all about this.
Until they get a player like Diego Pavia that's not good enough to play in the NFL. But if he played for me for 3 or 4 more years, I could start to envision us being a decent or good program.
This is where I'm going to play both sides. If I'm an Ohio State, Alabama, Texas fan, I don't want this. But if I'm a Vanderbilt fan, if I'm an Iowa State fan, Brock Purdy probably never goes to the NFL if he's got these deals.
LT's neighbor makes a great point, though. The unintended consequence of that is what happens to high school kids. Like, if you've got unlimited eligibility, there are fewer and fewer spots for high school kids to get a college education if they want that, or just play college football.
By the way, that's already impacting the way we're doing high school recruiting anyway. But that's throwing some high school recruits off into the group of fives who then later come up with experience.
But I will also say it's on the way anyway, because I'll tell you what else is on the way. Fewer college football programs, number one, that aren't going to be able to participate. And number two, there are going to be shrunken rosters. There is no way in the future business model they can afford the roster the size it is right now in college football. So the unfortunate byproduct of all this is there will be fewer spots for high school players, which is why, by the way, I think schools like Alabama, or states like Alabama that don't have any sort of NIL allowances are
for high school
are doing the players an injustice. Whether it takes the Alabama State Legislature or the AHSAA, whoever has to make that decision to allow players to benefit from their name, image, and likeness when they're in high school, it needs to be done right now.
I'm not sure the AHSAA is going to be around in 5 years. There's a pending court case that could be coming very soon.
Yeah.
I would say this. I know it's Ohio, Alabama. I think the third one is Texas, the 3 states that do not allow high school NIL. And
Which
it's crazy.
Is amazing that those are the states.
Yeah, those 3 are pretty good for high school football.
Yeah, it's amazing those are the states that are standing in the way of it. And I don't think it would stand up in court. Like if that was
I know it's Alabama, Ohio.
Yeah,
it may
Texas
not be,
surprises
It may
me.
not be Texas. It may be Georgia. Maybe it was another big one, though.
Yeah, but I think if that ever made it to court, and I assume it just hasn't been challenged yet, but if it did, I don't know how that would stand up either.
Yeah. All right, that's the show today. We're back tomorrow. More countdown on Auburn and Oklahoma. Biggest game in the country. We'll have more from Hugh Freeze and Brent Venables and the players involved in that big showdown as we continue to break that one down for you tomorrow on the show. And, of course, we'll get ready for another week of the NFL. Browns-Dolphins play tomorrow night.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. There are a lot of people that are telling me.
Ryan Brown's team, the Dolphins.
Browns versus Dolphins. I'd rather play them than the Bills.
Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.